Imagine driving down a desolate road, the moon casting long shadows, and the air thick with an unsettling stillness. As you approach a bridge, the hairs on the back of your neck stand up. Is it just the wind, or is something more sinister at play? Welcome, brave souls, to tonight's journey into the heart of Michigan's darkest legends. In this video, we'll traverse the state, uncovering tales of haunted bridges where the past refuses to rest. From spectral figures to unexplained phenomena, these crossings have witnessed tragedies that echo through time. Hell's Bridge, tucked away in the dense woods near Rockford, Michigan, is a metal footbridge spanning the calm waters of the Rogue River. Its unassuming structure, rusted iron beams and wooden planks, belies the dark history and chilling legends that surround it. Locals have long whispered tales of tragedy and unexplained occurrences, warning visitors that the bridge is not merely a passage across the river, but a portal to something far more sinister. The story that has earned the bridge its ominous name begins in the late 1800s, when a man of troubled mind is said to have taken the lives of his wife and children, hanging them from the bridge in a fit of despair and rage. Though the details are murky, the event left a scar on the land, and for decades afterward, residents reported strange sights and sounds emanating from the area. The bridge itself seems to carry a weight beyond its physical form. Visitors often remark on the oppressive atmosphere that descends as they approach. A heavy, almost tangible tension fills the air, and even on warm summer nights, the temperature around the bridge can drop sharply, leaving a chill that runs through the spine. Some describe the sensation of being watched, a subtle, unshakable awareness that unseen eyes are tracking their every step. Shadows lengthen unnaturally under the canopy of trees, and the river below reflects the moonlight in distorted, shimmering patterns, giving the entire scene an otherworldly quality. Those who have dared to cross Hell's Bridge at night often recount experiences that defy explanation. The most common reports involve sightings of shadowy figures moving along the planks or standing at the far end of the bridge. These figures sometimes appear as vague silhouettes, while other times they are unnervingly human, with faces partially visible in fleeting moments of moonlight. Witnesses describe a sense of sorrow or anger radiating from these apparitions, as though they are trapped in the lingering aftermath of the horrific event that took place there. Some have claimed to see multiple figures at once, huddled together or reaching out, only to vanish when approached. Auditory phenomena are another hallmark of the hauntings at Hell's Bridge. Travelers frequently report hearing the soft, intermittent sounds of crying, whispers, or frantic footsteps across the wooden planks, even when the bridge is empty. Occasionally, the creaking of the metal beams and wooden boards seems to mimic the sounds of someone pacing, their footsteps deliberate and heavy. There are even accounts of muffled, anguished screams carried on the wind from the surrounding woods, chilling listeners to the bone. Some say that these sounds intensify during foggy or moonless nights, when the natural world seems to recede and the bridge becomes a liminal space, hovering between reality and the realm of spirits. In addition to shadow figures and unsettling sounds, there are numerous reports of strange physical sensations. Visitors describe sudden, inexplicable chills, the feeling of being touched by unseen hands, or the sense of an unseen presence walking close behind them. Some have experienced dizziness or disorientation when crossing the bridge, as though the environment itself is warping their perception. A few paranormal investigators have noted electromagnetic fluctuations near the bridge, suggesting that unusual energy may indeed be concentrated in the area. Contributing to the myriad experiences reported by those who dare to visit, the surrounding woods also play a role in the bridge's haunted reputation. Moonlight filtering through the dense foliage casts shifting, ghostly patterns on the ground and the river below. Even the slightest breeze can carry the sound of rustling leaves that resemble whispering voices. The combination of the bridge's tragic history, the isolation of the location, and the natural eeriness of the surroundings creates an atmosphere where the imagination is easily caught. Between fear and fascination, over the years, Hell's Bridge has attracted both thrill-seekers and paranormal investigators, each hoping to encounter the spirits said to inhabit the site. Many come equipped with cameras, audio recorders, and other equipment, hoping to capture evidence of the bridge's haunting. Some report capturing unexplained lights, shadowy shapes, or odd sounds on recordings, while others experience encounters firsthand that leave them shaken and awed. Even those who arrive skeptical of ghost stories often find themselves questioning reality after crossing the bridge, sensing a presence they cannot see but cannot ignore. The bridge's dark allure is heightened by local lore and the stories passed down through generations. Tales of the man who committed the horrific act, the cries of the children carried by the wind, and the apparitions seen by those brave enough to explore the area have cemented Hell's Bridge as a site of fascination and fear. It has become more than a footbridge. It is a symbol of tragedy, lingering sorrow, and the unknown. Even during the day, when the sun illuminates the rusted metal and wooden planks, there is an unshakable feeling that the past is ever present, just beneath the surface, waiting to be perceived by those sensitive to it. Ultimately, Hell's Bridge stands as a testament to the power of legend and the enduring presence of human emotion imprinted upon a location. Whether one encounters shadows, hears ghostly cries, or simply senses an unseen gaze, the bridge offers a chilling reminder that some tragedies do not fade with time. For those who venture to Rockford, crossing Hell's Bridge is a journey into history, fear, and the unexplained. Step into a world where the past and the supernatural converge in the dark, silent woods. The Denton Road Bridge, stretching across the serene waters of Ballville Lake in Michigan, is a structure that looks unremarkable by day, but takes on an unsettling aura after nightfall. Its steel framework and gently arching roadway provide a quiet crossing over the lake. Yet locals have long whispered about strange phenomena that occur there once darkness falls. For decades, the bridge has been the site of chilling tales and paranormal sightings, earning a reputation as one of Michigan's most haunted locations. The stories surrounding Denton Road Bridge are not only terrifying but hauntingly beautiful, as many witnesses describe ghostly figures bathed in a soft, ethereal blue light that hovers above the asphalt, waiting silently for the unsuspecting traveler. The legend begins with a woman who, according to local lore, suffered a tragic fate on or near the bridge many years ago. While the details vary, the core story tells of a mother who lost her child or children in a sudden accident, or perhaps through violent circumstances, leaving her spirit tethered to the bridge. Over time, countless motorists and pedestrians have claimed to see her apparition, a woman cloaked in blue, sometimes clutching an invisible infant, wandering the length of the bridge as though searching for something or someone. Witnesses often describe a profound sense of sorrow emanating from her presence, a melancholy that is both palpable and overwhelming. Visitors approaching the bridge after dark report an immediate change in the atmosphere. The air often feels heavier, cooler, and charged with a strange energy that is difficult to describe. Many people report the sensation of being watched, as if unseen eyes follow every movement, creating a tension that grows with every step across the bridge. The surface of the lake below seems to darken unnaturally, reflecting shadows and lights in ways that are not entirely consistent with the surroundings. Fog can roll in from the water, thickening around the bridge, which enhances the eerie effect, making the bridge appear to float in a ghostly, isolated world. One of the most common experiences reported by those who dare to cross Denton Road Bridge involves the woman in the blue light. She is often seen pacing slowly along the bridge, her face indistinct, yet her form unmistakably human. In some sightings, she appears to be looking directly at the witnesses, her gaze filled with despair. Others describe her as floating above the surface, hovering in a surreal glow that casts a pale illumination across the roadway. The baby she holds or seems to hold is described as small and almost spectral, adding a layer of tragic innocence to the apparition. Those who encounter her report a sense of overwhelming sadness, a feeling that this spirit is eternally mourning, unable to leave the world of the living. In addition to the spectral woman, witnesses frequently describe other phenomena that defy explanation. Many have reported seeing orbs of light floating toward their vehicles as they cross the bridge, particularly when headlights are turned off. These orbs, usually pale white or faintly blue, appear to move with intent, darting around the bridge or hovering near the car's path. Some motorists have slowed or stopped, only to watch in awe or horror as the lights recede into the darkness. The experience often leaves a lingering sense of unease, as though the bridge itself is alive, responding to the presence of the living. Auditory experiences are also commonly reported. Travelers often hear the faint cries of a baby, soft sobbing, or indistinct whispers carried across the water. Some people describe footsteps echoing on the bridge's metal surface when no one else is present. These sounds are subtle, yet persistent, creating an immersive sense of presence that many find difficult to ignore. Paranormal investigators have attempted to document these occurrences using audio recorders and night vision cameras, sometimes capturing inexplicable, anomalous strange shadows, sudden cold spots, and fleeting lights that seem to have no source. The bridge's environment contributes to the haunting experience. Its isolation, surrounded by the waters of Beauville Lake and the dark expanse of woods, makes it easy for the imagination to take hold. Fog, moonlight reflecting off the lake, and the stillness of the night amplify even minor sensory inputs, creating a setting that feels suspended between the living world and the realm of spirits. Even those who do not see the apparition or orbs often report a profound sense of tension, a feeling that something unseen is lingering just out of sight. Local lore and repeated sightings have cemented Denton Road Bridge's reputation as a paranormal hotspot. Over the years, countless stories have been passed down, each reinforcing the idea that this bridge is more than a mere crossing over Belleville Lake. It is a place where the sorrow of the past manifests, reaching out to the present. Ghost hunters and curious visitors alike are drawn to the bridge, hoping to catch a glimpse of the mysterious woman or to experience the strange phenomena firsthand. Many leave with stories of fleeting lights, distant cries, or the overwhelming sensation of being watched, while others leave in fear, unable to shake the feeling that the bridge has left a mark on them. Despite its serene daytime appearance, Denton Road Bridge is a place where the veil between the living and the dead feels thin. The legend of the woman in blue, the floating orbs, and the sounds of sorrow combine to create an experience that is both haunting and unforgettable. Visitors who approach the bridge after dark often feel as though they have stepped into a world where time and reality are suspended, where the spirits of the past continue to wander, seeking solace or perhaps simply longing for acknowledgement. Ultimately, Denton Road Bridge stands as a chilling reminder of how tragedy and loss can leave echoes across generations. The woman in blue and the mysterious lights serve as a bridge not only across the waters of Beauville Lake, but also across the boundary between the living and the dead. For those who dare to cross it at night, the experience is a confrontation with sorrow, mystery, and the unexplained moment that lingers long after the tires have left the asphalt and the headlights fade into the darkness. Fallsburg Covered Bridge, nestled in the rural landscape near Lowell, Michigan, is an enduring symbol of 19th century craftsmanship and charm. Its timbered arches and rustic wooden planks, framed by dense trees and meandering streams, make it one of the most picturesque locations in the region. By day, it appears as a serene, almost storybook structure, drawing photographers, tourists, and history enthusiasts alike. Yet, beneath this idyllic exterior lies a history shrouded in tragedy and mystery, giving the bridge a reputation as one of Michigan's most haunted locations. Locals speak in hushed tones of ghostly apparitions, unexplained sounds, and an unsettling atmosphere that seems to cling to the bridge, especially after sunset. The legend of the woman in white is the cornerstone of the Fallsburg Covered Bridge's haunted lore. While the precise origins of her story are uncertain, it is said that she suffered a tragic fate centuries ago. Some claim she died in a carriage accident on the bridge. Others suggest she was betrayed or abandoned, leaving her spirit restless. Numerous visitors report seeing her figure materialize along the bridge at night. She appears dressed entirely in white, her form delicate yet distinct against the darkness of the surrounding woods. In some accounts, she is seen wandering slowly along the length of the bridge, her gaze vacant or fixed on the river below. while others describe her gliding silently, almost floating above the wooden planks. The sight of her evokes a mixture of awe and fear, leaving witnesses with the chilling realization that the bridge is more than a historic structure. It is a place where the past refuses to remain buried. Crossing the bridge at night, many visitors describe a sudden change in the atmosphere. The temperature drops sharply, even during warm summer evenings, and the air grows heavy with a palpable tension. There is often a stillness that seems unnatural, as though the world beyond the bridge has vanished. Some report feeling a presence beside or behind them, a subtle but persistent sensation that someone or something is walking alongside them. Footsteps, faint and deliberate, are said to echo across the bridge when no other person is present. Occasionally, whispers are heard, soft and unintelligible, carried by the wind or seemingly originating from the shadows themselves. These auditory experiences contribute to the unnerving aura, making the bridge a place where reality and the supernatural intertwine. Fallosburg Covered Bridge has also been the site of numerous unexplained visual phenomena. Witnesses frequently describe fleeting shadows that dart across the planks or linger at the bridge's edges before vanishing. Some have reported seeing the white-clad figure appear in their rearview mirrors as they approach by car, only to disappear when they turn to look directly. Others recount glimpsing glowing orbs hovering above the bridge, small points of light that move erratically and vanish without a trace. These occurrences are often accompanied by a sense of coldness or the feeling that the bridge itself is watching, as though it is alive with the lingering energy of the past. The surrounding woods and river further enhance the bridge's haunting atmosphere. Moonlight filters through dense foliage, casting long, twisting shadows across the wooden beams. Fog often rises from the river below, enveloping the bridge in a ghostly haze that makes it difficult to discern where the planks end and the darkness begins. Even the slightest rustle of leaves or creak of wood is magnified in this quiet, isolated environment, amplifying the sense of tension and anticipation. The combination of the bridge's history, isolation, and natural beauty creates a setting where imagination and fear merge, making even minor disturbances feel profoundly significant. Paranormal investigators have long been drawn to Fallosburg Covered Bridge, hoping to capture evidence of its spectral inhabitants. Many report experiencing sudden temperature drops, disembodied voices on audio recorders, and unexplained shadows on night vision cameras. Some claim to have seen the woman in white in photographic images, appearing as a translucent figure or a misty silhouette. Even skeptics often find themselves unnerved when visiting, feeling the weight of the bridge's energy and the unmistakable impression that they are not alone. The bridge's haunting reputation has been passed down through generations. Stories of travelers encountering the woman in white, hearing ghostly footsteps, or experiencing sudden chills have become part of local lore, a chilling reminder that some tragedies leave echoes that persist through time. Residents warn visitors to respect the bridge, cautioning that those who venture onto it after dark may encounter more than they bargained for. Yet, despite or perhaps because of its supernatural associations, Fallosburg Covered Bridge continues to attract visitors who are drawn to its beauty and the thrill of encountering the unknown. What makes the bridge so compelling is the seamless intertwining of history and mystery. By day, it is a testament to 19th century engineering and rural charm. By night, it becomes a stage for the unexplained, where grief, tragedy, and lingering spirits manifest in subtle yet undeniable ways. Whether glimpsed from a distance or experienced firsthand while crossing the planks, the presence of the woman in white leaves a lasting impression on all who encounter her. Her story, and the stories of the countless visitors who have felt her presence, ensure that Fallosburg Covered Bridge remains not only a landmark of the past, but a living testament to the mysteries that linger in the shadows. Ultimately, Fallosburg Covered Bridge stands as a haunting reminder that beauty and darkness can coexist, and that the past, once marked by tragedy, can leave an indelible mark on the present. Those who venture to Lowell, especially after sunset, are stepping into a place where history and the supernatural converge, place where the echoes of sorrow walk silently across wooden planks, waiting for those who dare to witness them. Crossing the bridge is more than a physical journey. It is an encounter with the unknown, a confrontation with spirits who refuse to rest, and a glimpse into the hidden world that exists just beyond the veil of the ordinary. The Trestle Bridge near Adrian, Michigan, is a relic of a bygone era, an old wooden and steel structure that spans a small river on the outskirts of town. By day, it stands quietly amid fields and forests. Its weathered beams, a reminder of the trains that once rumbled across it, carrying goods and passengers along their routes. Yet, beneath this appearance of tranquil decay lies a dark and tragic history that has transformed the bridge into one of the most haunted locations in the region. Locals speak in hushed tones of ghostly sightings, unexplained sounds, and a palpable sense of sorrow that hangs in the air, making the bridge a place of fascination and fear for those who dare to explore it. The story that gave the Trestle Bridge its chilling reputation dates back over a century. A local farmer and his family were traveling across the bridge one cold autumn evening when tragedy struck. Accounts vary, but it is generally agreed that a fire broke out on the trestle, engulfing the train cars and the bridge itself. The farmer's family perished in a blaze, leaving him behind doors, so the story goes. For some versions suggest he too lost his life, only to return as a restless spirit. Since that day, the bridge has been associated with grief, loss, and unexplained phenomena, earning it the nickname among locals as the Bridge of the Lost Souls. Visitors to the bridge at night often report a sudden shift in the atmosphere as they approach. The air grows colder, heavier, and almost oppressive, as if the bridge itself is aware of their presence. A sense of being watched is common, a subtle yet unmistakable feeling that unseen eyes follow every movement. Many describe hearing the distant rumble of a train, even though no tracks are active and no locomotives are near. This phantom sound is often accompanied by the clanging of metal and the creak of wooden beams, as though the bridge is replaying the echoes of its tragic past. The most reported phenomenon at the Trestle Bridge is the apparition of the farmer himself. Witnesses describe seeing a shadowy figure, often a man in tattered clothing from another era, pacing back and forth along the bridge. Some claim he appears to be searching desperately, his gaze scanning the water and the surrounding woods as though looking for the family he lost so long ago. Others report seeing him holding an unseen child or gesturing toward the empty night sky. The figure is said to vanish if approached, leaving only the chilling impression of a presence that cannot rest. The farmer's spirit embodies a profound sorrow, a lingering grief that pervades the bridge, making those who witness him acutely aware of the tragedy that occurred. Many who visit the Trestle Bridge also report auditory anomalies. Aside from the phantom train sounds, people have heard muffled cries, low wails, and the indistinct murmurs of voices carried across the river and woods by the wind. Sometimes, the creaking of the old wooden trestle seems to mimic the sound of someone pacing or running, as if the bridge itself is replaying the frantic moments before the fire claimed the lives of the farmer's family. On rare occasions, witnesses describe hearing the faint call of a child or the patter of small footsteps along the planks, even though no one else is present. These experiences leave visitors with an unnerving sense that they have stepped into a world where the past refuses to remain buried. Physical sensations are another common aspect of the haunting. Those crossing the bridge at night frequently report sudden cold drafts that sweep across the trestle without warning. Some feel a pressure on their shoulders, as if a heavy hand is resting briefly before disappearing. A few visitors claim to have experienced dizziness or disorientation, as though the bridge is warping their perception of time and space. Paranormal investigators who have visited the site report similar sensations, along with fluctuations in electromagnetic readings and strange visual anomalies captured on cameras. The surrounding area contributes to the eerie ambience. Trees crowd close to the bridge, their branches forming a canopy that blocks out moonlight and casts long, twisting shadows across the planks. Fog frequently rises from the river, especially in the early evening, cloaking the trestle in a ghostly haze. Even the slightest breeze seems amplified in this isolated setting, carrying the softest creaks and whispers into the ears of those who venture across. The isolation and natural features of the bridge enhance the feeling that visitors are not simply in a historical location, but in a place where the boundary between the living and the dead is thin. Stories and legends surrounding the trestle bridge have been passed down through generations. Locals warn visitors to respect the bridge, cautioning that those who linger too long may feel the sorrow and despair of the spirits present. Thrill seekers and ghost hunters often come armed with cameras and recording equipment, hoping to capture proof of the paranormal. Some have documented fleeting shadows, sudden orbs of light, and unexplained sounds that defy natural explanation. Others leave with nothing tangible but an indelible sense of unease, the haunting of the bridge lingering in their minds long after they have departed. Ultimately, the trestle bridge near Adrian is more than a simple relic of transportation history. It is a site where human tragedy has left an enduring imprint. The spirit of the farmer, eternally searching for his lost loved ones, embodies grief that refuses to fade, while the phantom trains and mysterious sounds remind visitors of the violent events that occurred long ago. Crossing the bridge at night is not merely a physical act, it is a journey into a space where the past lingers, where sorrow and supernatural presence converge, and where those who dare to venture may glimpse the echoes of lives tragically cut short. The old Strana Bridge, spanning a quiet stretch of the Manistee River in Michigan, appears unremarkable to the casual passerby. Its aged wooden planks and weathered steel supports speak to decades of use. Yet beneath this humble exterior lies a chilling reputation that has drawn ghost hunters, thrill seekers, and curious locals for years. Locals whisper about the bridge as a place where the veil between the living and the dead is exceptionally thin. Over the decades, a series of mysterious incidents and tragic accidents have contributed to the bridge's eerie aura, making it a focal point for tales of the paranormal and unexplained. The old Strana Bridge is not merely a crossing over water. It is a nexus where history, tragedy, and spectral activity converge in ways that have fascinated and terrified visitors for generations. Many of the stories surrounding the bridge focus on shadowy figures that appear along the worn planks, particularly near the bridge's center. Witnesses often describe seeing silhouettes that resemble human forms, dark shapes moving against the faint light of passing vehicles, or moonlight filtering through the surrounding trees. Some figures are fleeting, disappearing the instant an observer turns to get a closer look, while others are said to remain motionless, watching silently as if they are aware of the living world encroaching on their domain. In some accounts, multiple figures appear at once, sometimes walking together, sometimes standing apart, creating an unnerving tableau that seems almost deliberate, as if replaying a scene from a long-forgotten tragedy. Alongside the visual phenomena, the old Stronach Bridge is notorious for auditory anomalies. Visitors often report hearing footsteps echoing along the bridge when no one else is present, or the creaking of wooden planks that seem too deliberate to be caused solely by wind or the natural settling of the bridge. Some have claimed to hear voices, sometimes indistinct murmurs, other times faint cries emanating from the center of the bridge or from the water below. Others describe sudden, unexplainable noises, a door slamming, metal clanging, or the sound of running footsteps that vanish before anyone can investigate. These sounds are most commonly reported during late evening or in the dead of night, when the surrounding woods are silent, and the isolation of the bridge heightens every minor disturbance. Physical sensations accompany many of these paranormal encounters. Visitors frequently report sudden chills, even on warm summer nights, and the inexplicable feeling of being touched or brushed by an unseen presence. Some describe a sense of weight or pressure on their shoulders as they reach the center of the bridge, while others report moments of dizziness or vertigo, as though the environment itself is warping perception. Paranormal investigators who have spent nights on the bridge have noted electromagnetic anomalies, temperature drops, and visual distortions captured on cameras, all of which seem to corroborate the reports of eyewitnesses. The tragic history of the bridge adds to the intensity of these encounters. Over the decades, The old Stronach Bridge has been the site of numerous accidents, some fatal, involving vehicles, pedestrians, or even small boats colliding near the bridge's supports. Each incident has added to the lore, leaving behind the lingering impression that those who met untimely deaths have not moved on. Locals often tell stories of spirits replaying moments of their final, desperate hours, wandering the bridge as though searching for something or someone. The pervasive sense of sorrow and unfinished business seems to imbue the bridge with a palpable, almost sentient energy, creating an experience that is deeply unsettling even for skeptical visitors. Natural features of the area amplify the bridge's haunting presence. Towering trees flank both sides of the river, their branches casting long, twisting shadows that dance across the planks in the moonlight. Fog frequently rolls in from the river, obscuring the bridge and creating an eerie, dreamlike environment where shapes and sounds become distorted. The isolation of the bridge, coupled with the dark, reflective surface of the water below, fosters an atmosphere where imagination and fear intertwine, and even minor noises or movements can feel profoundly significant. Visitors report that the center of the bridge seems to be a focal point for paranormal activity. Many describe the sensation that unseen eyes are watching them, or that the bridge itself is aware of their presence. Some have seen the shadowy figures appear only when standing at this midpoint, suggesting that the bridge's energy is strongest in the middle span. Others claim to have been followed across the bridge by invisible forces, feeling the brush of unseen hands, or the presence of another moving alongside them, only to find no one there when they turn. These experiences leave a lingering sense of unease, one that persists long after leaving the bridge and returning to the ordinary world. Paranormal enthusiasts often visit the old Stronach Bridge equipped with cameras, audio recorders, and other investigative tools, hoping to capture evidence of the spirits said to haunt the structure. Many report unexplained visual anomalies on photographs or video, blurred figures, shadowy shapes, or floating lights, while audio equipment sometimes picks up faint whispers, footsteps, or other sounds with no natural explanation. Even casual visitors, who may not seek out ghostly encounters, often leave with stories of fleeting shadows, strange noises, or inexplicable chills. Ultimately, the old Stronach Bridge is more than a historic crossing. It is a site where human tragedy, spectral energy, and natural beauty collide. The shadowy figures, phantom footsteps, and unexplained sounds that have been reported for generations remind us that some places carry the weight of the past in ways that defy explanation. Those who venture to the bridge at night confront a world where history lingers, sorrow manifests, and the boundary between the living and the dead feels thin. The old Stronach Bridge invites curiosity, reverence, and caution, standing as a haunting testament to the stories and spirits that refuse to be forgotten. The Oakwood Avenue Bridge, affectionately known as the Pink Bridge, spans a quiet stretch of the Shiawassee River in Owasso, Michigan, painted in a soft, faded pink that stands out against the surrounding greenery. The bridge is a favorite for photographers and locals alike. Its unusual color gives it an almost storybook charm during the day, yet as dusk falls, the bridge takes on an entirely different character. Beneath its picturesque surface lies a reputation that has drawn paranormal enthusiasts, ghost hunters, and curious locals for decades. The Pink Bridge is widely regarded as a place where the veil between the living and the dead grows thin, and where unexplained phenomena manifest in ways that are as unnerving as they are fascinating. The haunting lore of Oakwood Avenue Bridge centers on its history of tragic accidents. Over the years, the bridge has been the site of several fatal incidents, including car accidents, drownings, and falls from its structure. While the bridge itself appears innocent by day, these tragedies have imbued it with a lingering energy that some believe cannot be released. Locals whisper about a presence that seems to roam the bridge, particularly after dark. And over time, these stories have evolved into a rich tapestry of ghostly encounters and eerie experiences. Visitors often report a sudden change in atmosphere as they approach the Pink Bridge at night. Temperatures drop abruptly, even during warm summer evenings, and the air becomes thick with an almost tangible tension. Many people describe a feeling of being watched, a subtle awareness that something unseen is observing them from the shadows. The bridge's unusual color, soft and dreamlike in the moonlight, enhances this unsettling effect, casting an almost surreal glow over the surroundings. The combination of visual charm and paranormal energy makes the bridge a site of both fascination and fear. One of the most frequently reported phenomena is the appearance of apparitions. Witnesses describe shadowy figures moving across the bridge, sometimes standing silently at the railing, as if gazing into the river below. Some figures appear to walk slowly along the bridge, their features indistinct, cloaked in darkness, while others seem to materialize briefly, vanishing when approached. A few accounts even describe seeing figures in period clothing, as though the spirits of long-past residents or travelers have returned to wander the Pink Bridge. These encounters are often accompanied by an overwhelming sense of melancholy, a lingering sadness that permeates the air. Auditory experiences are also a hallmark of the bridge's haunted reputation. Witnesses have reported hearing footsteps along the wooden planks, even when no one else is present, or soft whispers that seem to come from the river or the surrounding trees. Occasionally, the sound of laughter, distant and faint, echoes across the water, leaving listeners unsettled and unsure whether the noise originated in the present or is an echo from the past. The combination of creaking wood, rustling leaves, and ghostly sounds creates an immersive experience, making it difficult to separate reality from the spectral. Physical sensations often accompany these encounters. Visitors frequently report sudden chills, goosebumps, or the inexplicable feeling of being brushed by unseen hands. Some describe a sense of weight or pressure pressing down upon them as they stand near the center of the bridge, while others experience dizziness or disorientation. Paranormal investigators who have visited the site report similar sensations, along with fluctuating electromagnetic readings and visual anomalies captured on cameras. These reports lend credibility to the claims of those who have felt the bridge's unsettling energy firsthand. The Pink Bridge's environment further amplifies the haunting. Trees and foliage line both sides of the river, casting long, twisting shadows across the water and the bridge itself. Fog often rises from the river in the late evening, shrouding the bridge in a mist that seems almost otherworldly. Even small sounds, the ripple of water, the rustle of leaves, or the distant call of an animal are magnified in the stillness, heightening the sense that the bridge exists in a space apart from the everyday world. The isolation, combined with its vibrant yet eerie color, makes the Oakwood Avenue Bridge a place where imagination and fear easily take hold. Over time, the Pink Bridge has become a magnet for those seeking paranormal experiences. Ghost hunters and thrill seekers often visit with cameras, audio recorders, and other investigative tools, hoping to capture evidence of its spectral inhabitants. Many report capturing fleeting shadows, mysterious lights, or unusual sounds that cannot be easily explained. Even casual visitors who are not actively seeking ghosts often leave with stories of sudden chills, apparitions, or the unnerving sensation of being observed. The spy tour, perhaps because of its haunted reputation, Oakwood Avenue Bridge continues to draw visitors. By day, it is a charming landmark, celebrated for its unique pink hue and scenic setting. By night, it becomes a stage for the unknown, a place where the sorrow and mystery of the past linger, and where the living may catch a glimpse of what has not yet moved on. The Pink Bridge reminds all who cross it that even the most beautiful places can carry the weight of tragedy and the echoes of those who have passed. Ultimately, the Oakwood Avenue Bridge stands as a bridge not only across the Shiawassee River, but also between the worlds of the living and the dead. Its ghostly figures, sudden chills, and mysterious whispers create an experience that is unforgettable, an encounter with a lingering past that refuses to rest. For those who dare to visit after dark, the Pink Bridge offers a haunting reminder that beauty and the supernatural often coexist in the most unexpected places. The Cheboygan Bascule Bridge, spanning the Cheboygan River since 1940, is an engineering marvel that has long been a vital crossing for the town of Cheboygan, Michigan. By day, the double-leaf structure operates with quiet precision, its metal framework reflecting sunlight as boats pass underneath and vehicles travel smoothly across its spans. Yet as evening falls and the river's surface darkens, the bridge takes on an entirely different presence. Fog frequently rolls in from the river, cloaking the structure in a thick, gray mist that softens its rigid lines and transforms it into a spectral silhouette. It is during these quiet, foggy nights that the bridge's haunted reputation comes alive, drawing ghost hunters, thrill seekers, and local residents who speak in hushed tones about the strange phenomena that have been witnessed over the decades. Local legend tells of ghostly figures that appear near or on the bridge, particularly on nights when visibility is low. Many visitors have described seeing shadowy forms moving along the edges of the bascule spans, figures that vanish if approached directly or observed too closely. Some claim these apparitions resemble former workers who maintained the bridge in its early years, while others suggest they may be the spirits of individuals who met untimely deaths in accidents either on the bridge or in the surrounding river. In all accounts, there is a sense of lingering presence, a feeling that the bridge is not merely a structure of steel and concrete, but a space where echoes of the past persist in a tangible way. Visitors often report auditory anomalies alongside the visual phenomena. The creaking of metal, the hum of unseen machinery, and the sound of footsteps on the bridge's steel grating are frequently heard when no one else is present. Some have described faint, unintelligible voices carried on the wind, while others report hearing the distant whistle of a train or the clanging of chains, sounds that seem to emanate from another era. These auditory experiences are particularly pronounced on foggy nights, when the water below is still and the surrounding town is quiet. The eerie soundscape of the bridge contributes to an atmosphere of suspense, making every step across the structure feel heavy with history and unseen eyes. Temperature fluctuations are another commonly reported aspect of the Sheboygan Bascule Bridge's haunting. Many witnesses describe sudden chills or cold drafts that appear without warning, often concentrated near the center of the bridge or along the walkways where foot traffic is sparse. Some visitors report a sensation of being followed, feeling pressure on their shoulders, or noticing a subtle shift in the air around them, as if the spirits themselves are brushing past. Paranormal investigators have noted that these cold spots often coincide with areas where apparitions are seen, and some have recorded electromagnetic anomalies that further suggest the presence of an unseen energy. The surrounding environment enhances the bridge's spectral allure. The river, calm and reflective during the day, takes on a mysterious quality at night. Fog rises from its surface, twisting around the bridge's spans and masking the water below, while trees and nearby structures loom like silent sentinels. The isolation of the bridge, combined with the reflective surface of the river and the fog that often shrouds it, creates a setting where even minor movements or sounds seem amplified and imbued with meaning. It is no surprise that visitors often describe a profound sense of unease or an awareness that they are sharing the space with entities not of the living world. Over the years, countless accounts have been shared by those brave enough to cross the bridge after dark. Some report fleeting glimpses of figures appearing at the far end, only to vanish as they move closer. Others describe seeing entire apparitions walking along the bridge's steel spans, sometimes stopping as if to acknowledge the presence of the living. Several witnesses have reported glimpses of figures in old-fashioned clothing, suggesting that the spirits may be tied to the bridge's early history or to those who once worked along the river. These encounters leave lasting impressions, blending fascination and fear in equal measure. Paranormal enthusiasts often equip themselves with cameras, audio recorders, and night vision equipment to investigate the Sheboygan Bascule Bridge. Many have captured unexplained anomalies, from orbs of light hovering near the structure to shadowy figures moving across spans of the bridge. Others record audio phenomena that defy logical explanation, including whispers, footsteps, or metallic clanging that does not correspond to any known source. Even those who do not actively seek ghostly encounters often leave with stories of sudden chills, fleeting apparitions, or a deep sense of having witnessed something beyond the natural world. The haunted reputation of the Sheboygan Bascule Bridge is a blend of history, tragedy, and the unexplained. While the bridge has functioned as an important infrastructure for over 80 years, it has also witnessed accidents, losses, and moments that have imprinted themselves upon its energy. Locals caution visitors to respect the bridge, especially at night, as its atmosphere is said to be heightened by both the fog and the lingering presence of those who never left. The pink glow of streetlights reflecting off the steel or the mist curling over the water adds to the eerie tableau, creating a scene that feels suspended in time and space. Ultimately, the Sheboygan Bascule Bridge is more than just a crossing over water. It is a place where history, human emotion, and unexplained phenomena converge, where the shadows of the past continue to move silently among the living. The ghostly figures, sudden chills, and unexplained sounds that have been reported over decades make the bridge a site of fascination. For those drawn to the supernatural, crossing the bridge at night is not merely a passage from one side of the river to the other. It is a journey into a space where the past lingers, where sorrow and mystery remain tangible, and where those who dare may catch a glimpse of the unknown waiting silently in the fog. The 12-mile Road Kalamazoo River Bridge in Ceresco, Michigan, is an unassuming concrete arch bridge that has quietly spanned the river since its construction in 1920. By day, it appears as a simple piece of infrastructure. Weathered concrete arches, a narrow roadway, and a gentle flow of the Kalamazoo River below. Yet, beneath this appearance of mundane functionality, the bridge holds a reputation that has long intrigued both locals and paranormal enthusiasts. Over the decades, numerous witnesses have reported seeing ghostly apparitions, hearing unexplained sounds, and experiencing strange sensations near the bridge, particularly under the cover of night. The combination of its age, isolated location, and the tragic events associated with it has elevated the bridge into one of Michigan's more haunting sites. Much of the lore surrounding the bridge stems from its history of accidents. Over the decades, vehicles have crashed while crossing its narrow span, some tragically fatal. Pedestrians and travelers who ventured too close to the river's edge at night have occasionally disappeared under mysterious circumstances, and even during the early years of its existence, reports of falls and mishaps were not uncommon. Locals speak of the bridge as a place where the past lingers, where those who met untimely deaths have not fully left, and where their presence can still be felt by those who traverse the roadway or pause near its arches. Witnesses consistently describe an unsettling shift in atmosphere when approaching the bridge after dark. The air grows colder, heavier, and charged with a tension that is almost tangible. Visitors often report a sense of being watched, an awareness of unseen eyes tracking their movements. Even when traffic is light and the river is calm, the bridge takes on an oppressive, almost otherworldly quality. The concrete structure, which appears solid and enduring by day, seems to absorb and reflect the energy of the surrounding environment at night, turning it into a stage for unexplained phenomena. Visual sightings are among the most commonly reported experiences. Shadowy figures have been observed moving along the roadway or appearing near the arches of the bridge. Some witnesses describe seeing the faint outlines of people dressed in early 20th century attire, possibly the spirits of individuals connected to the bridge's long history. These figures are often fleeting, vanishing when approached directly, or appearing only in the corner of one's vision, leaving an uneasy impression. Others have claimed to see full-bodied apparitions lingering at the center of the bridge, standing silently and watching, only to disappear when observers look more closely. The recurrent appearance of these forms suggests a connection to past tragedies, a spectral replay of events that occurred long ago. Auditory phenomena accompany many of the visual experiences. Visitors frequently report hearing footsteps along the bridge, creaking sounds of the old concrete arches, or the faint rumble of vehicles that aren't actually present. Some have even reported muffled cries, whispers, or the sound of voices carried on the wind, seemingly originating from nowhere. The combination of visual and auditory anomalies creates an immersive experience, making it difficult to distinguish between imagination and the supernatural. Those who have spent extended periods on the bridge at night often speak of a lingering unease, as if the bridge itself is alive with the echoes of its past. Physical sensations further amplify the haunting reputation of the 12-mile road bridge. Many visitors report sudden chills or cold drafts, particularly near the center of the span, or along the edges of the concrete arches. Some describe a subtle pressure on their shoulders or a fleeting sense of being touched by something unseen. A few have even experienced dizziness or vertigo while standing on the bridge at night. As though the bridge warps perception in some intangible way, paranormal investigators visiting the site have documented temperature anomalies, electromagnetic fluctuations, and occasional visual disturbances on cameras, lending credibility to local reports of ghostly activity. The bridge's surroundings contribute significantly to its eerie atmosphere. The Kalamazoo River flows silently beneath, often reflecting the moonlight and creating distorted, shadowy reflections of the bridge and its surroundings. Trees and thick undergrowth line both sides of the river, casting twisting shadows across the concrete roadway and arches. Fog frequently rises from the river in the cooler months, enveloping the bridge in a spectral haze that blurs the line between reality and illusion. Even the faintest sounds, the rush of water, a distant animal call, or the creak of a nearby branch are magnified in this setting, creating an environment ripe for eerie encounters. Many who visit the bridge after dark come prepared with cameras, audio recorders, or night vision equipment, hoping to capture evidence of its supernatural activity. Some have reported shadowy forms appearing in photographs, strange orbs of light hovering near the arches, and audio recordings capturing footsteps, voices, or other unexplainable noises. Others leave with nothing tangible but a deep impression of having been in the presence of something beyond ordinary experience. Even casual visitors who stumble upon the bridge unaware of its reputation often describe sudden chills, fleeting shadows, or an unshakable feeling of being observed. Ultimately, the 12-mile road Kalamazoo River Bridge is more than a historical piece of infrastructure. It is a site where human tragedy, time, and the unexplained converge. Its ghostly figures, phantom footsteps, and inexplicable sounds remind visitors that some places carry the weight of the past in ways that cannot be ignored. Crossing the bridge at night is not merely a journey over water, it's a journey into a liminal space where history lingers, sorrow manifests, and the boundary between the living and the dead feels thin. The 12-mile road bridge stands as a haunting testament to the stories, spirits, and mysteries that refuse to remain buried. The 23-mile road Kalamazoo River Bridge in Marengo Township, Michigan, is a quiet, unassuming structure by day. Its curved chord, through girder design, blending seamlessly with the rural landscape. Built in 1922, it spans the calm waters of the Kalamazoo River, providing a functional route for local traffic and serving as a reminder of early 20th century engineering. Yet, beneath its seemingly ordinary exterior lies a reputation that has grown over the decades, drawing the attention of locals, paranormal enthusiasts, and thrill-seekers alike. For many, the bridge is not just a means of crossing the river, but a place steeped in mystery and haunted by the unexplained, where shadowy figures and strange sensations have been reported, particularly after dark. The bridge's history is woven with tales of tragedy, accidents, and misfortune. Over the years, vehicles have lost control on its narrow roadway, pedestrians have fallen or wandered too close to the river's edge, and countless minor incidents have contributed to a lingering sense of unease. Locals speak of the bridge as a place where the past refuses to stay buried, where those who met untimely deaths seem to replay fragments of their final moments. This collective memory has imbued the bridge with a spectral energy, making it a focal point for paranormal experiences that continue to be reported well into the present day. Many visitors describe a noticeable shift in the atmosphere as they approach the bridge after sunset. The air often grows cold, heavy, and charged, and an inexplicable tension seems to permeate the surrounding area. The isolation of the bridge, surrounded by trees and the quiet flow of the river, heightens the sense of unease. Even small sounds, the rustle of leaves, the gentle lapping of water, or distant animal calls, seem amplified and distorted. creating an environment where the imagination can run unchecked. This combination of natural beauty and subtle menace has made the 23-mile road bridge a site of fascination and apprehension. Visual phenomena are among the most commonly reported occurrences. Witnesses often describe seeing shadowy figures moving along the roadway or near the guardrails. These figures are usually indistinct, appearing as dark silhouettes in the periphery of one's vision. But some accounts describe more defined apparitions, sometimes resembling people from decades past. These forms appear and vanish without warning, leaving observers with a lingering sense that the bridge is alive with presences not of the living world. Some witnesses report figures that seem to walk along the bridge, pause at its center, or even vanish into the river below, as if replaying moments of tragedy that have long since occurred. Auditory experiences add another layer to the bridge's eerie reputation. Visitors frequently report the sound of footsteps echoing along the bridge, even when no one else is present. Others describe creaks, groans, or metallic thuds emanating from the bridge's structure itself. Sounds that seem too deliberate to be explained solely by natural causes or settling materials. Some have claimed to hear whispers, distant voices, or faint laughter drifting across the water, while others report hearing the sudden roar of a vehicle engine or a splash in the river without any discernible source. These auditory anomalies are most commonly experienced at night, when the surrounding landscape is silent and the bridge's isolation is most pronounced. Physical sensations are frequently reported alongside visual and auditory phenomena. Sudden chills, goosebumps, and cold drafts are commonly felt near the center of the bridge or along its edges. Visitors often describe a subtle pressure on their shoulders or an unsettling sense of being followed, while some report feelings of dizziness or disorientation while standing on the bridge at night. Paranormal investigators have noted electromagnetic fluctuations, unexplained temperature drops, and visual distortions captured on cameras, suggesting that the bridge may harbor energies beyond the ordinary. The surrounding environment contributes significantly to the bridge's haunting character. Trees line both sides of the river, casting twisting shadows that shift with the moonlight or fog. The water beneath often reflects the bridge in distorted, dreamlike images, particularly on calm nights. Fog frequently drifts across the bridge, obscuring the structure and creating an otherworldly atmosphere where shapes and sounds are amplified and distorted. Even small disturbances, like a rustling branch or a ripple in the water, can seem profoundly significant, blurring the line between reality and imagination. Over the years, many who have visited the 23-mile road bridge at night report encounters that defy explanation. Some see figures standing motionless at the center of the span, only to vanish when approached. Others describe fleeting shadows that seem to move along with them, or glowing orbs that appear and disappear without warning. Paranormal enthusiasts often bring cameras, audio recorders, and night vision equipment to the bridge, hoping to document its spectral activity. Some have captured orbs, shadow figures, or anomalous sounds, while others simply experience the unsettling sensation of being in the presence of something unseen. Ultimately, the 23-mile Road Kalamazoo River Bridge is more than a piece of local infrastructure. It is a space where history, human emotion, and the unexplained converge, where the memories of past tragedies seem to linger in the air, waiting for those who cross the bridge to witness them. The shadowy figures, unexplained noises, and chilling sensations experienced by countless visitors make the bridge a place where the ordinary and the supernatural collide. For those who venture to the bridge at night, it offers a haunting reminder that some locations carry the weight of the past in ways that cannot be ignored, and that even a simple concrete arch over a river can become a portal to the mysterious and the unknown. The Avery Road Galien River Bridge in New Troy, Michigan, is a modest yet historically significant structure that has quietly spanned the Galien River since its construction in 1928. By day, it appears unremarkably simple bridge of weathered concrete and steel, carrying vehicles and pedestrians over the calm flowing waters below. Yet, beneath this ordinary exterior lies a reputation that has intrigued locals, paranormal enthusiasts, and travelers for decades. The bridge's history, combined with its isolated rural setting and a string of tragic events over the years, has contributed to a widespread belief that it is haunted, especially under the cover of night. The Avery Road Bridge is more than just a passage across the river. It is a place where the line between the natural and the supernatural seems to blur. Accounts of ghostly sightings and unexplained phenomena at the Avery Road Galien River Bridge have circulated for generations. Locals often recount seeing shadowy figures along the roadway or near the riverbanks that flank the bridge. These figures are typically described as dark silhouettes, sometimes indistinct and fleeting, vanishing when approached. Some witnesses have reported more defined apparitions, resembling people dressed in clothing from the early 20th century, suggesting that the spirits may be tied to the bridge's earliest years. The presence of these apparitions often coincides with the quiet hours of night, particularly when fog or mist rises from the river, lending a spectral quality to the bridge that enhances its haunting atmosphere. Visitors consistently report changes in the atmosphere as they approach the bridge after dark. A sudden chill often hangs in the air, even on otherwise warm nights. The quiet of the surrounding farmland, combined with the slow, steady flow of the Galien River, creates an almost oppressive stillness. Many describe a sensation of being watched or followed, a feeling of subtle pressure, as though unseen eyes are tracking every movement. This heightened awareness can make even the briefest visit to the bridge a deeply unnerving experience, and it is often described as a place where ordinary reality feels suspended. Auditory experiences are a hallmark of the bridge's haunting. Witnesses have reported hearing footsteps along the bridge's surface, echoing across the steel and concrete, when no one else is present. Some claim to hear muffled voices, distant laughter, or whispers carried on the wind. Others report metallic clanging or the soft creak of machinery, even though the bridge has long ceased using moving parts like lifts or draw mechanisms. These unexplained sounds often coincide with the appearance of apparitions, reinforcing the bridge's reputation as a site of paranormal activity. Physical sensations frequently accompany visual and auditory experiences. Many visitors report sudden drops in temperature near the center of the bridge, chills that seem to emanate from nowhere. Others describe a subtle sensation of being brushed by unseen hands or a vague sense of pressure on their shoulders. Some even experience dizziness or disorientation while standing on the bridge at night. Paranormal investigators who have studied the site report detecting electromagnetic anomalies and capturing visual distortions on cameras, which further supports the claims of supernatural occurrences by ordinary visitors. The bridge's isolated location amplifies its eerie qualities. Surrounded by farmland, trees, and the meandering Galien River, the bridge is far removed from the distractions of nearby towns. On foggy nights, the river seems to rise into the air, enveloping the bridge in a gray shroud that obscures the view and distorts perception. The moonlight reflecting off the water and the concrete creates shifting shadows, often interpreted as moving figures or phantom forms. Even natural sounds, the flow of the river, the rustling of leaves, or the distant call of nocturnal wildlife are magnified, creating an environment that feels as though it exists outside of time, where anything could happen. Over the decades, countless visitors have shared their experiences on the Avery Road Bridge. Some recount seeing a solitary figure standing at the center of the span, watching silently before disappearing into the darkness. Others describe fleeting shadows darting across the bridge or lights flickering inexplicably along the roadway. Paranormal enthusiasts often come equipped with cameras, audio recorders, and night vision devices, hoping to capture evidence of the bridge's spectral inhabitants. Many report capturing anomalous shadowy movements, strange orbs of light, or unidentifiable sounds that defy explanation. Even those who do not actively seek out ghostly encounters often leave with stories of sudden chills, fleeting apparitions, or the unshakable impression that they have shared the space with something unseen. The Avery Road Galien River Bridge is more than a simple crossing over water. It is a repository of memory and emotion, a location where the events of the past linger in the air. Tragedies, accidents, and untimely deaths have left an imprint, creating an atmosphere that draws both curiosity and caution. Crossing the bridge at night is not merely a journey from one side of the river to the other. It is a passage into a space where history and the supernatural converge, where the veil between the living and the dead feels thin, and where the echoes of the past are never far from the present. Ultimately, the bridge's allure lies in the combination of its quiet beauty and its spectral presence. Its simple concrete arches and gently flowing river conceal a darker layer, one that is only revealed to those who venture there after dark. The shadowy figures, strange noises, and chilling sensations experienced by visitors make the Avery Road Galilean River Bridge a landmark not only of engineering but of mystery. For those who dare to explore it at night, the bridge offers a haunting encounter with the unknown, a reminder that even the most unassuming places can carry the weight of history and the whispers of spirits long departed. The Stanza Road North Coldwater River Bridge in Union Township, Michigan, is a remarkable relic of late 19th century engineering. Constructed in 1888, this Pratt-through-truss bridge spans the North Coldwater River with its lattice of steel beams and riveted joints, a design that has endured for over a century. By day, it appears as a simple and functional structure, a testament to the era of early industrial engineering, providing passage for vehicles and pedestrians across the slow-flowing waters below. Yet, beneath this seemingly ordinary exterior lies a reputation steeped in mystery and the unexplained. Over the years, locals and visitors alike have reported ghostly apparitions, strange noises, and unsettling sensations near the bridge, particularly during the night, giving it a reputation as one of the most haunted sites in the region. The bridge's long history has contributed to the accumulation of its spectral stories. Over the decades, numerous accidents and tragic events have occurred along its narrow span, from vehicles losing control to individuals falling into the river. The North Coldwater River.com by day has claimed its share of lives over the decades, and many believe that these tragedies have left an imprint on the bridge. Locals tell stories of shadowy figures glimpsed near the trusses, faint cries echoing over the water, and unexplained chills that descend upon anyone daring to linger after dark. The bridge, in many ways, has become a repository for the energy of those who met untimely ends, a place where the past lingers just beneath the surface of the present. Visitors to the bridge frequently report a change in atmosphere as they approach it at night. The air grows colder and heavier, and a subtle tension seems to hang over the river. Many describe a sensation of being watched, an almost palpable presence that seems to follow their movements. Even the faintest sounds, the creak of the steel trusses, the murmur of the river, or the rustle of leaves take on a heightened significance, making the ordinary seem ominous. This heightened awareness and sense of unease are commonly cited in first-hand accounts, and they contribute to the bridge's long-standing reputation for paranormal activity. Visual sightings are perhaps the most compelling element of the bridge's hauntings. Witnesses have described shadowy figures walking along the bridge or standing silently at its center, only to vanish when approached. Some report seeing faintly illuminated forms resembling people from the late 19th or early 20th century, dressed in period clothing, as though frozen in a moment from the past. These apparitions appear and disappear without warning, leaving observers with an unsettling sense of intrusion into another world. Occasionally, visitors have reported seeing figures along the riverbanks near the bridge, their presence only partially visible through the mist rising from the water, adding an extra layer of mystery to the area. Auditory phenomena accompany many of these visual sightings. People frequently report hearing footsteps echoing along the metal grating of the bridge, even when no one else is present. Some have heard muffled voices, indistinct whispers, or faint cries carried on the wind. Others describe metallic creaks, the distant clatter of rivets, or the soft groan of the trusses that seem to speak in a language of their own. Paranormal enthusiasts have noted that these sounds often intensify on foggy or cold nights, when the environment is quiet and the senses are heightened, creating an immersive, almost cinematic experience of fear and curiosity. Physical sensations further enhance the eerie reputation of the bridge. Sudden drops in temperature are commonly reported, particularly near the center of the span or along the edges of the steel structure. Some visitors describe feeling a subtle pressure on their shoulders or the sensation of being followed as they move across the bridge. Others report vertigo, a disorienting sense of imbalance, or the unnerving feeling that the bridge itself is somehow alive with unseen energy. Paranormal investigators who have visited the site have documented electromagnetic anomalies, temperature fluctuations, and visual distortions on cameras, all of which suggest the presence of forces beyond normal explanation. The bridge's surroundings play a crucial role in amplifying its haunted qualities. Trees and undergrowth line both sides of the North Coldwater River, casting twisting shadows across the steel trusses. Fog often rises from the water during the cooler months, enveloping the bridge in a thick haze that distorts perception and enhances the sense of unreality. Reflections on the river's surface, when combined with moonlight and mist, create shapes and movement that can appear ghostly or otherworldly. Even minor sounds, such as a branch breaking or the river lapping against the banks, can seem like deliberate signals of a presence beyond human comprehension. Over the years, many people have ventured to the Stanza Road Bridge at night, drawn by curiosity or the thrill of the unknown. Some report fleeting glimpses of figures at the far end of the span, only for them to vanish before being fully seen. Others describe shadowy forms moving alongside them or lights flickering in impossible ways. Paranormal investigators often bring cameras, audio recorders, and night vision devices in hopes of documenting these occurrences. While tangible evidence is rare, many leave with an indelible impression that the bridge is more than just concrete and steel. It is a threshold between the living and the dead. The Stanza Road North Coldwater River Bridge stands as a quiet yet enduring testament to the lingering presence of history, tragedy, and the unexplained. Its trusses and concrete arches hold the memory of the past, while its dark nights and isolated setting offer a stage for ghostly apparitions and unexplained phenomena. Crossing this bridge after dark is not merely a journey across the river. It is a passage into a space where the past resonates, where unseen presences linger, and where the thin veil between the natural and supernatural is felt most strongly. The bridge continues to draw those seeking a brush with the unknown, leaving all who visit with a sense of awe, fear, and the lingering question of what truly inhabits the shadows. Morrow Road Bridge in Algonac, Michigan, holds a chilling reputation that has only grown stronger with time. Once a wooden bridge spanning a quiet stretch of road, it has since been replaced by a simple culvert. Yet, the absence of the original structure has done little to erase its legends. For locals and curious visitors alike, the area continues to inspire stories of spectral sightings, eerie sounds, and an atmosphere so heavy with mystery that it has become one of Michigan's most infamous haunted sites. The most well-known tale surrounding Morrow Road involves the heartbreaking story of a mother and her child. According to local lore, sometime in the late 1800s or early 1900s, a young mother lost her baby in the area near the bridge. Accounts differ on the exact circumstances. Some versions claim that the baby was kidnapped or wandered off during a cold night, only to perish from exposure. Others insist that the child slipped into the waters beneath the bridge and drowned. In either case, the desperate mother is said to have searched endlessly, calling out for her lost child until she too met a tragic end. It is believed that both mother and child remain tied to the area, their spirits restless and eternally bound to the bridge. Visitors to Morrow Road frequently report sightings of a ghostly woman wandering the area at night. Dressed in outdated clothing, she is often seen moving slowly along the road, her figure glowing faintly in the darkness. Witnesses describe her as pale and sorrowful, clutching something close to her chest, as though cradling an infant. When approached, she vanishes into thin air, leaving only the echo of her presence. Drivers passing through have reported catching glimpses of her in their headlights, only to watch her disappear as quickly as she appeared. Some even claim to have seen her standing in the middle of the road, forcing them to brake suddenly before she dissolves into the night. The child's spirit is also said to linger at the site. Reports include the faint sound of a baby crying, often heard late at night when the area is otherwise silent. The cries are described as distant yet clear, echoing across the darkness and unsettling even the most skeptical of listeners. Some visitors have claimed that the sound seems to follow them, growing louder as they approach the center of the covert, before fading away just as suddenly. A few daring individuals who have parked their cars on the road at night report that they have returned to find tiny handprints on the windows, as though a child had pressed its palms against the glass. Beyond the legends of the mother and child, the site has also gained a reputation for other strange phenomena. Shadowy figures are often reported moving along the edges of the woods, visible only in the periphery of one's vision. Orbs of light, often bluish or greenish in color, have been seen floating across the road or rising from the ground near the covert. Photographs taken at the site sometimes reveal unexplained shapes or distortions, adding to the sense that something otherworldly is present. Paranormal investigators who have visited the area frequently record unexplained noises, sudden fluctuations in temperature, and strange readings on their equipment. The atmosphere of Morrow Road contributes heavily to its haunted reputation. Even though the original wooden bridge no longer stands, the isolation of the area ensures that the site feels otherworldly once darkness falls. The road is quiet and lined with trees, creating a natural tunnel that blocks out much of the moonlight. On foggy nights, the mist rises from the surrounding land and clings to the ground, reducing visibility and amplifying every small sound. The stillness of the location is often interrupted by the distant cry of an animal or the creak of branches. But for those who already know the legend, these natural noises often take on a sinister quality. Locals who grew up near the site often share personal stories or pass down tales from their parents and grandparents. Many claim to have experienced something unusual themselves, be it a sudden feeling of dread, the sound of footsteps when no one was there, or fleeting glimpses of ghostly shapes in the distance. Others insist that the road holds an energy unlike any other place, a presence that cannot be ignored. Even skeptics, after visiting the area, admit to feeling uneasy, as though unseen eyes were watching them from the darkness. In some accounts, visitors have attempted to call out to the ghostly mother, asking her questions or offering comfort. While few report clear responses, there are tales of sudden gusts of cold winds, strange tapping sounds, or the immediate appearance of orbs after such attempts. A handful of people claim to have heard a woman's voice whisper their names, though no one was visible nearby. These unsettling encounters only deepen the belief that the spirits of Morrow Road are not only present but aware of those who dare to intrude on their sorrowful domain. Despite the modern alterations to the landscape, the legend of Morrow Road persists. The wooden bridge may have been replaced, but the energy of the place remains unchanged, as though the spirits tied to it refuse to let go. For thrill seekers, paranormal investigators, and locals with deep ties to the story, the site continues to serve as a reminder of the enduring power of folklore and the lingering presence of the past. The Morrow Road Bridge stands as more than just a covert over a forgotten stretch of land. It is a place where history, tragedy, and legend converge, creating a setting that is as captivating as it is unsettling. For those who venture there at night, it offers an experience that goes beyond the ordinary, an encounter with the unexplained, a brush with sorrow, and perhaps even a glimpse into the realm of the restless dead. Whether one believes in ghosts or not, the stories of Morrow Road ensure that the site will never be forgotten. Its reputation as a haunted place forever etched into Michigan's lore. Seven Gables Road in Dansville, Michigan, is one of those places that seem to have been born from legend. Tucked away in the countryside, it is a stretch of road that appears ordinary during the daylight hours. But once darkness falls, the atmosphere changes drastically. Locals have long whispered about its unsettling energy, with stories of apparitions, chilling noises, and strange happenings that defy explanation. At the center of these tales lies a haunting history and an eerie bridge that has become the focal point of countless paranormal reports. The road gets its name from an old house that once stood nearby, a residence said to have 7 gables. According to legend, it was built in the 1800s by a reclusive family who were rumored to practice dark rituals. Over time, the house fell into ruin, eventually collapsing or being demolished, but its memory lingered in the minds of locals. They claimed that the land itself had been cursed, and that the spirits of the family remained tethered to the area, unwilling to let go. Although the house is no longer there, the road that bore its name has continued to host strange and terrifying experiences for those who dare to travel it. One of the most unsettling parts of Seven Gables Road is the bridge that crosses a narrow stream in the woods. It is here that visitors most often report paranormal activity. People claim to hear disembodied voices echoing in the night, ranging from soft whispers to anguished cries. Some have described the faint sound of children laughing, carried on the wind even when no one is near. On particularly quiet nights, a few have sworn they heard the sound of footsteps behind them, only to turn and find nothing but shadows. The bridge, with its aged wood and creaking presence, has become almost a stage where the unseen world makes itself known. Perhaps the most frightening encounters involve apparitions. Locals tell of seeing ghostly figures appearing along the roadside or standing silently on the bridge. One of the most commonly reported figures is that of a woman dressed in white, often seen lingering near the center of the bridge. Witnesses describe her as pale and sorrowful, with hollow eyes that seem to follow them. She vanishes as suddenly as she appears, dissolving into the mist or fading into the darkness. Others have claimed to see shadowy forms darting across the road, moving too quickly and silently to be human. These fleeting shapes often leave behind a chilling sensation, as though the air itself grows heavier in their presence. Adding to the road's reputation are reports of glowing orbs. Strange lights, often blue, green, or white, have been seen floating near the bridge and among the trees. They drift silently through the air, sometimes moving toward vehicles before vanishing without a trace. Skeptics often dismiss these as tricks of the eyes or reflections, but those who have witnessed them firsthand insist they are something far more otherworldly. For many, the orbs are seen as the restless energy of spirits tied to the land, wandering the woods with no hope of release. Another unnerving feature of Seven Gables Road is the way it seems to distort reality. Drivers often speak of feeling disoriented, as though the road stretches longer than it should. Some have claimed to lose track of time, driving for what felt like minutes only to find that hours had passed. Others experience sudden mechanical issues with their vehicles, such as engine stalling or headlights flickering out without explanation. In extreme cases, people claim their cars have refused to start until the paranormal activity subsided, leaving them stranded in the oppressive darkness. The road is also said to carry an oppressive atmosphere, a sensation of being watched that never seems to fade. Visitors often describe a sudden drop in temperature as they approach the bridge, with cold drafts sweeping through even on warm summer nights. Animals seem to sense the energy of the area. Dogs reportedly growl or whimper when brought near, refusing to cross the bridge, while birds and insects fall eerily silent, leaving an unnatural stillness that only heightens the sense of dread. Local lore ties the hauntings of Seven Gables Road to the tragedies that supposedly befell the original family. Stories claim that some of the family members died under mysterious circumstances, with whispers of violence and betrayal. One tale insists that a murder-suicide took place in the old house, leaving behind an indelible stain of sorrow and rage. Another version suggests that the land itself was cursed long before the house was built, possibly tied to conflicts with Native Americans or dark practices carried out in secret. Regardless of the true origins, the legends continue to fuel the fear and fascination with this lonely stretch of road. Over the years, the stories of Seven Gables Road have drawn thrill seekers, ghost hunters, and curious locals, each hoping to experience the supernatural for themselves. Some leave with chilling tales of what they saw or heard, while others walk away unconvinced but unsettled by the road's strange aura. Paranormal investigators who have visited the site often record unexplained sounds, electromagnetic fluctuations, and eerie photographs filled with distortions and strange shapes. These findings only add to the growing reputation of Seven Gables Road as one of Michigan's most haunted locations. Despite its fearsome reputation, the road continues to be traveled daily by those who live nearby, many of whom have learned to accept its haunted status as part of local identity. For outsiders, however, it remains a destination of mystery and unease, a place where the boundary between the living and the dead feels unnervingly thin. Whether one believes in the paranormal or not, there is no denying that Seven Gables Road holds a power over those who walk or drive its length, leaving them with a lasting sense of awe, fear, and curiosity. Seven Gables Road stands as more than just a stretch of pavement in Dansville. It is a vessel for legend, a place where history, rumor, and unexplained phenomena intertwine to create an atmosphere of chilling fascination. From ghostly apparitions and spectral voices to the oppressive silence of the bridge, it is a location where the past refuses to remain buried for those brave enough to venture there after nightfall. The road offers not only an encounter with the unknown, but also a reminder of the mysteries that linger just beyond the edges of human understanding. Ada Witch's Bridge, near the quiet town of Ada, Michigan, has long carried with it a reputation that sends chills down the spines of locals and visitors alike. By day, the bridge and its surrounding woods appear serene, with the gentle flow of water beneath and the rustle of leaves overhead. But once the sun dips below the horizon, the atmosphere transforms into something far more sinister. Shadows seem to stretch unnaturally across the bridge. Whispers ride on the night air, and those who venture too close often report encounters that defy explanation. This bridge, and the legend tied to it, has become one of Michigan's most enduring tales of the supernatural. The story of the Ada Witch. The legend dates back to the 1800s, when a woman from Ada is said to have lived a life cloaked in secrecy and scandal. According to local lore, she was unhappily married and sought solace in the arms of another man. Their affair became the stuff of whispers in the community, but one night, her husband is believed to have caught them together. Consumed with rage, he followed them into the woods near what is now known as the Ada Witch's Bridge. Accounts differ on the exact sequence of events, but all agree that the night ended in tragedy. Some say the husband killed both his wife and her lover before turning the blade on himself. Regardless of which version is told, the result is the same. Blood was spilled on this quiet stretch of land, and the spirits of those involved never found peace. From that time forward, people began reporting strange happenings near the bridge and the surrounding woods. Apparitions of a woman in a long flowing gown have been seen wandering the area, her face pale and sorrowful. She has been dubbed the Ada Witch, though whether she is the restless soul of the woman from the legend or something older and darker is left to speculation. Witnesses describe her appearing suddenly, often illuminated by the moonlight, only to vanish as quickly as she appeared. Some claim that if you stop on the bridge at night, you may catch a glimpse of her reflection in the water below, even if nothing stands above. The Ada Witch is not the only spirit said to linger here. The figures of two men are also sometimes seen near the bridge, believed to be the husband and the lover, doomed to repeat their final struggle. Drivers have reported the terrifying sight of shadowy figures rushing toward their cars before disappearing just as impact seemed inevitable. Others describe hearing the sounds of a violent fight, grunts, shouts, and the clash of steel echoing across the night air when the woods should otherwise be silent. It is as if the final moments of that long-ago betrayal play out again and again, bound forever to the site of the bloodshed. Beyond ghostly sightings, many visitors to Ada Witch's Bridge describe overwhelming physical sensations. Some feel sudden drops in temperature as they approach the center of the bridge, their breath visible even on warm summer nights. Others report the prickling sensation of being watched, their necks crawling with unseen eyes. A few have felt physical touch as a hand brushing against an arm, or the sensation of someone tugging at their clothing, despite being completely alone. One of the eeriest experiences, shared by multiple witnesses, is the faint sound of a woman crying, her sobs echoing softly as though carried from another world. Perhaps most disturbing are the accounts of vehicles being affected near the bridge. Drivers claim their headlights flicker or cut out entirely as they cross. Engines sometimes stall inexplicably, refusing to restart until the vehicle has been pushed away from the site. On rare occasions, people say they return to their cars after parking nearby, only to find strange scratches along the doors and windows, as if unseen hands had tried to claw their way inside. Paranormal investigators who have visited the area often record high levels of electromagnetic activity, unexplained voices on audio devices, and photographs filled with orbs or misty shapes. The haunting allure of Ada Witch's Bridge has drawn countless thrill seekers, ghost hunters, and curious locals over the years. Some arrive hoping to prove the stories true, while others simply want the thrill of standing in a place so steeped in legend. While skeptics argue that the tales are nothing more than folklore fueled by imagination and fear, even they admit that there is something unsettling about the bridge at night. The combination of its isolated location, dark history, and the countless eyewitness reports have cemented its place in Michigan's haunted lore. The Ada Witch herself has become something of a tragic figure in the imagination of those who tell her story. Some view her as a warning about betrayal and vengeance, while others see her as a victim of circumstance, forever punished for seeking happiness in the wrong place. The ambiguity of her legend only adds to the bridge's power, leaving room for endless speculation about who or what still walks its length. Today, Ada Witch's Bridge continues to stand as both a physical structure and a symbol of mystery. Those who pass over it during the day may see nothing but a quiet country bridge. Yet when night falls, it becomes a place where the veil between the living and the dead feels impossibly thin. Whether the spirits that linger here are the tragic remnants of a violent past or manifestations of something older and more sinister, their presence is undeniable to those who have experienced it. For the brave, the bridge offers the possibility of encountering the unknown. For the cautious, it serves as a reminder of how the past clings to the present, refusing to let go. And for everyone who has ever heard the story of the Ada Witch, it remains a place of fascination and fear, where legend and reality intertwine beneath the shadow of the trees and the cold glow of the moon. The Port Crescent Bridge near Port Austin, Michigan, carries with it a reputation steeped in mystery, history, and whispered tales of the paranormal. This old iron truss bridge, built in the early 20th century, once served as a vital crossing for those traveling through the Thumb region of Michigan. Today, it stands as a quiet, weathered reminder of a bygone era, yet its legacy extends far beyond its practical purpose. Locals and visitors alike believe that the bridge is haunted, with many reports of strange apparitions, ghostly figures, and chilling sounds that echo across the water long after darkness falls. The history of the Port Crescent area contributes to the eerie atmosphere. Once a bustling lumber town in the 1800s, Port Crescent thrived with sawmills, businesses, and workers who relied on the surrounding natural resources. But as the lumber industry declined, so too did the town, until eventually it was abandoned and reclaimed by nature. The bridge remained as one of the few reminders of the people who had once called this area home. Many locals believe that the souls of those who lived and labored here still linger, attached to the bridge as if it were a final link to their lost community. By day, the bridge has a rustic charm, framed by the natural beauty of the surrounding Huron County landscape. The ironwork, though weathered with age, holds strong, a testament to early engineering. The river flowing beneath reflects the sunlight, and the air carries the scent of pine and fresh water. But as the sun sinks below the horizon, a transformation takes place. The atmosphere becomes heavy, the shadows stretch, and the silence grows oppressive, broken only by strange noises that seem to have no earthly source. One of the most common reports from those who visit the Port Crescent Bridge at night is the appearance of ghostly figures. Some describe a lone man standing in the middle of the bridge, dressed in clothes from another era. He is often seen gazing out over the water as though searching for something lost. When approached, the figure fades into the mist or vanishes in the blink of an eye. Others claim to see multiple shadowy forms moving silently along the bridge, their faces hidden, their presence chilling. Witnesses say the temperature drops suddenly in their vicinity, and an overwhelming sense of sorrow seems to cling to the air. Unexplained noises are another eerie hallmark of the bridge. Visitors often report hearing footsteps echoing across the iron planks, even when no one else is there. The sound of boots clanging against metal rings out clearly, sometimes moving toward those who are standing still, only to stop suddenly when confronted. On especially quiet nights, some claim to hear voices carrying on the breeze, faint conversations, shouts, or even the sound of laughter. Yet, when investigated, the surrounding area is empty. Paranormal investigators who have brought recording devices to the bridge have captured chilling evidence. Disembodied voices whispering names, phrases, or indistinct words that seem to come from nowhere. The river beneath the bridge has its own unsettling associations. Several people have reported seeing ghostly reflections in the water faces, staring back at them when no one else is nearby. Some describe the reflection of a woman in old-fashioned clothing drifting just below the surface, her expression frozen in anguish. Others say they have heard the faint sound of someone splashing in the river, as though struggling against the current, yet the water remains undisturbed when investigated. Such accounts have led to speculation that drownings may have occurred here long ago, with spirits tied eternally to the place of their demise. Perhaps the most unnerving experiences reported at the Port Crescent Bridge are the sensations visitors feel while standing on it at night. Some describe the prickling sensation of being watched, as though unseen eyes are tracking their every move. Others have felt the brush of a cold hand against their arm, or the sudden tug of their clothing when no one is there. On more than one occasion, people have fled the bridge after hearing what they believed to be someone running toward them, only to find themselves utterly alone in the darkness. The legends surrounding the bridge have fueled countless late-night visits by curious thrill-seekers and ghost hunters. Some come equipped with cameras and audio recorders, determined to capture proof of the supernatural. Others arrive simply for the thrill of being in a place steeped in mystery. While skeptics dismiss the stories as the product of overactive imaginations or the natural sounds of the wilderness amplified by fear, even they acknowledge that the bridge possesses an uncanny atmosphere that is difficult to ignore. Local folklore ties some of the activity at the Port Crescent Bridge to the lost town of Port Crescent itself, with so many lives once concentrated in the area, workers enduring grueling labor in the lumber mills, families struggling to survive in harsh conditions. It is not difficult to believe that emotions and memories might have left an imprint. Some say the ghostly figures seen on the bridge are former residents of the town, unwilling to let go of the place they once called home. Others believe the bridge serves as a crossing point, not just for the living, but for the spirits of the departed as well. Over the years, stories about the bridge have continued to grow, passed down through generations. For some, it is a place of fascination, a reminder of the area's history, and a thin veil that may separate the living from the dead. For others, it is a place to be avoided, especially after nightfall, when the risk of encountering the unknown feels all too real. The Port Crescent Bridge remains a powerful symbol of mystery in the region. It stands not only as a physical structure, but as a vessel of legend and lore, drawing those who are brave enough to seek out its secrets. Whether the strange happenings are born of restless spirits, echoes of a tragic past, or simply the human mind's response to isolation and darkness, one thing is certain: the bridge leaves an indelible impression on all who cross it. Those who step onto its iron frame after dark may find themselves leaving with more questions than answers, haunted by memories of shadows, whispers, and unseen presences that linger long after they have departed. The old iron bridge in Saginaw, Michigan, stands as both a relic of the past and a reminder of the strange energies that seem to cling to certain places. Constructed in the late 19th century, the bridge once served as a vital crossing for residents, merchants, and travelers moving goods and supplies across the river. Over time, however, the old iron bridge became known for more than its utility and architectural resilience. Locals began to share unsettling stories, whispers of ghostly apparitions, eerie sounds that defy explanation, and the chilling sense that the bridge is far from empty, even when no one else is around. Its reputation as one of Saginaw's most haunted sites has only grown stronger over the decades. By day, the bridge might appear like any other aging structure, with its weathered beams and rusting trusses, serving as markers of its long history. Sunlight glints off the ironwork, and the river below flows calmly, offering a picturesque setting for photographs or a quiet walk. Yet, the closer night comes, the more the atmosphere changes. Visitors describe an oppressive heaviness that seems to hang in the air after dusk. The sound of water lapping against the supports takes on an eerie rhythm, and the wind that whistles through the iron beams resembles a mournful wail. Many claim it is after the sun disappears that the true character of the old iron bridge reveals itself. One of the most common paranormal accounts tied to the bridge is the appearance of apparitions. Witnesses have reported seeing shadowy figures crossing the span, only to vanish before reaching the other side. Some describe these forms as men in old work clothes, perhaps remnants of the laborers who helped build or maintain the bridge long ago. Others have spotted the figure of a woman in a long dress lingering near the railings, as though searching for something in the dark waters below. When onlookers approach her, she disappears, leaving nothing but the creak of the bridge and the sound of the river. Adding to the unease are reports of strange and unexplained sounds. Many visitors insist they have heard footsteps echoing across the iron planks when no one else is nearby. The metallic clang of boots striking the surface often seems to come from just behind them, yet when they turn, the bridge is empty. On especially still nights, whispers have been reported drifting through the air, low, indistinct voices that seem to carry from nowhere. Some believe these voices belong to spirits still tied to the bridge, while others wonder if they are echoes of tragic moments that once occurred here, replaying themselves over and over. There are also stories connected to the river that flows beneath the old iron bridge. Locals tell of drownings and accidents that have taken place here, and some claim that those lost souls remain bound to the site. People standing on the bridge at night have reported hearing the faint cries of someone calling for help from the water below. In a few cases, visitors even describe seeing ghostly faces staring up at them from the river's surface, only to vanish as ripples spread across the current. The chilling thought that the dead might still linger in the waters has kept many from venturing too close after dark. For those who dare to step onto the old iron bridge late at night, there are often sensations that go beyond what can be explained by imagination alone. A sudden drop in temperature is frequently experienced, with icy chills brushing against exposed skin even during warm summer evenings. Some report the feeling of being watched, their every step tracked by unseen eyes. Others claim to have felt hands tugging at their clothing or the press of invisible fingers against their shoulders. These sensations, fleeting but intense, have been enough to drive even the most skeptical visitors away with hurried steps. The history of the old iron bridge lends weight to its haunted reputation. As with many historic structures, the passage of time has been marked not only by daily life, but also by tragedy. Accidents during construction, mishaps during maintenance, and incidents involving travelers have all left their imprint on the bridge. Stories of individuals who lost their lives here, whether through misfortune or darker means, have fueled the belief that the souls of the departed remain tethered to the iron beams. The bridge's age and design only deepen its mystique. Its looming frame, often described as foreboding when silhouetted against the night sky. Paranormal investigators and curious thrill-seekers have long been drawn to the bridge, armed with cameras, recording devices, and thermal imaging tools. Many have attempted to document the strange activity reported there. Others, despite skepticism, have left the site shaken by experiences they could not rationalize. Whether a product of imagination heightened by the setting or genuine encounters with the supernatural, the stories continue to mount. The bridge has also become part of Saginaw's folklore, with tales passed down from one generation to the next. For locals, it is both a piece of history and a source of eerie fascination. Parents caution their children about venturing too close after dark, while teenagers dare one another to cross the span in the dead of night. These traditions have kept the legend alive, ensuring that the old iron bridge remains not just a physical landmark, but a symbolic one, a place where the boundary between the living and the dead feels unusually thin. Today, the old iron bridge is both admired for its historic value and whispered about for its haunted reputation. It stands as a reminder of the people who built it, crossed it, and, in some cases, may never have truly left it behind. Whether the apparitions are restless spirits, echoes of history, or the product of imagination, they give the bridge a character unlike any other. For those who are brave enough to visit, the experience often lingers long after they leave. A chilling reminder that some places hold on to their secrets with a grip as strong as the iron beams themselves. The Big Rapids Bridge, spanning the gentle waters near the town of Big Rapids, Michigan, has long carried an unsettling reputation among locals and travelers alike. By day, it appears as a simple, functional bridge, an ordinary crossing connecting roads and neighborhoods, framed by the natural beauty of the surrounding woods and riverbanks. Yet when night falls, a different story emerges. Strange sounds, shadowy figures, and unexplained phenomena have made the Big Rapids Bridge one of the most talked about haunted sites in the region. Stories of ghostly encounters and mysterious happenings have circulated for decades, ensuring that the bridge is as much a place of legend as it is a physical structure. The history of the bridge is entwined with tragedy and mystery. Constructed in the early 20th century, the bridge has seen countless travelers pass over its span, carrying their daily lives, business, and sometimes personal misfortune. Tales of accidents and sudden misadventures near the bridge have been told for generations. Some say that over a century ago, a man and his family perished in a carriage accident on the bridge during a stormy night. Others speak of lone travelers who vanished inexplicably, leaving only their belongings behind. Whatever the truth of these events, locals agree that the bridge's history is marked by more than just its structural importance. It has also become a focal point for lingering spirits and unexplained activity. One of the most frequently reported phenomena at the Big Rapids Bridge is the appearance of ghostly figures. Witnesses describe seeing shadowy forms moving across the bridge at night, figures that vanish the moment anyone tries to approach. Some have reported a lone woman, dressed in early 20th century attire, wandering along the railing or peering into the water below. Her face is said to be pale and sorrowful, and she disappears into the darkness without a trace when approached. Others have seen multiple apparitions, men in old work clothes or formal suits, appearing to traverse the bridge as though walking a path they must never leave. Each account adds a layer of mystery to the already eerie reputation of the bridge. The sounds reported around the Big Rapids Bridge are as haunting as the visions. Footsteps on the wooden planks, heavy and deliberate, are often heard when no one else is present. Some visitors describe the sound of chains rattling or the creak of wagon wheels echoing across the span, even though no vehicles have crossed in hours. Whispers and soft voices have also been reported, carried on the night air in ways that defy logical explanation. Occasionally, the sounds of crying or distant shouting fill the air, only to vanish as suddenly as they appeared. Paranormal investigators who have visited the site frequently record audio anomalies, unexplained noises, and fluctuations in electromagnetic readings, all of which seem to confirm the bridge's haunted reputation. Many accounts describe physical sensations experienced while standing on the bridge at night. A sudden drop in temperature is common, leaving witnesses shivering even in mild weather. Some report feeling the sensation of unseen hands brushing against them, or the weight of a presence standing just behind them. Others describe the eerie feeling of being watched, with a cold, invisible gaze following each step across the bridge. These experiences are often accompanied by an overwhelming sense of sadness or despair, as though the emotions of the past are imprinted on the bridge itself. The river beneath the bridge also holds its own mysteries. Stories tell of dark shapes moving beneath the surface, shadows that seem to watch or follow those above. Some have reported seeing faint reflections of faces staring up at them from the water, while others describe the sensation that someone or something lurks just beneath the current, waiting. A few visitors claim to have heard the sound of splashing or drowning, even when the river appears calm and empty. These tales contribute to the idea that the bridge is a crossing not only for the living, but also for spirits trapped between worlds. Over the years, the Big Rapids Bridge has drawn the attention of ghost hunters, thrill seekers, and curious locals. Equipped with cameras, audio recorders, and thermographic tools, investigators have attempted to capture proof of the paranormal activity reported here. Many have documented unusual images, glowing orbs, and inexplicable shadows. Audio recordings sometimes reveal whispers, cries, or faint footsteps that cannot be explained by environmental factors. While skeptics often attribute these reports to imagination, environmental sounds, or optical illusions, even they admit that there is something unnervingly tangible about the bridge after dark. Folklore surrounding the bridge continues to thrive in Big Rapids. Locals warn newcomers to avoid crossing at night, and teenagers dare one another to test the stories of ghostly figures and mysterious sounds. These legends have kept the bridge alive in the collective imagination, creating a place where history and the supernatural intertwine. The tragic events tied to the bridge, combined with its isolated location and the eerie sounds that accompany the night, ensure that the stories endure. The Big Rapids Bridge today is more than just a structure. It is a symbol of the region's haunted past. Whether these hauntings are the spirits of those who met misfortune near the bridge, echoes of tragic events, or simply the human mind's reaction to the darkness and isolation, the experiences of those who visit suggest that the bridge is far from empty. It is a place where the past lingers in the present, and where every shadow, creak, or whisper can feel like a message from another time. For those who dare to cross the Big Rapids Bridge at night, the memory often lingers long after they have left, a chilling reminder that some places refuse to let go of their secrets. The St. Joseph River Bridge in Niles, Michigan, has long been a focal point for local legends and ghostly tales. Stretching across the calm, winding waters of the St. Joseph River, the bridge appears at first glance to be an ordinary structure, practical connection between neighborhoods and a means for travelers to pass safely over the river. Yet for those who ventured to it at night, a very different story unfolds. Over the decades, residents and visitors alike have shared chilling accounts of ghostly apparitions, unexplained sounds, and sensations that defy logical explanation. Its combination of historical significance, isolation, and long-standing folklore has made the St. Joseph River Bridge a site of fascination for paranormal enthusiasts and casual thrill seekers alike. The bridge's history plays a significant role in its eerie reputation. Originally constructed in the early 20th century, it served as a vital crossing for residents, traders, and travelers. Over the years, it has been witness to both ordinary life and extraordinary misfortune. Accidents, sudden misadventures, and reports of tragic deaths near or on the bridge have been passed down through generations. Locals recount stories of pedestrians struck by vehicles, people falling into the river during storms, and other untimely incidents. These tragedies, some documented and others preserved in local oral history, are often cited as the origin of the hauntings associated with the bridge. Many believe the spirits of those who lost their lives here linger, unable or unwilling to leave the site where fate claimed them. Visitors frequently describe ghostly figures appearing on the bridge after dark. Some speak of shadowy men, dressed in clothing styles of past decades, walking slowly along the span, as if trapped in a routine from another time. Others report seeing a lone woman in a long dress, sometimes appearing near the railings, staring silently at the river below. Witnesses describe her as pale, sorrowful, and almost transparent, vanishing into the darkness when approached. In other accounts, multiple figures are seen crossing the bridge in tandem, moving silently and deliberately. Their presence creates an unnerving sense of life where none should exist, and the experience often leaves witnesses with a lingering unease long after they have left the area. Strange sounds are another hallmark of the St. Joseph River Bridge. Footsteps echo across the wooden planks or metal surfaces, even when no one else is present. Some visitors have heard voices, whispers, or faint laughter drifting across the water, their source impossible to locate. The creak of the bridge under invisible weight, the sudden clanging of chains, or the faint rumble of a carriage or wagon crossing in the past has been reported frequently. Paranormal investigators who have brought audio and video equipment to the site often capture sounds or images that cannot be explained by natural or environmental factors, adding to the legend of the bridge's supernatural activity. The river beneath the bridge also seems to contribute to the bridge's haunted aura. Many have reported strange reflections in the water faces, staring back at them when no one else is nearby. On foggy nights, shadowy figures are said to rise from the river, only to dissolve into mist moments later. Some witnesses claim to hear splashing or cries for help coming from the water, even though it remains calm and undisturbed. These eerie experiences suggest that the bridge acts as a boundary between the living and the spirits of those who perished in or near the river. Visitors often describe physical sensations that accompany these sightings and sounds. Sudden cold drafts sweep across the bridge, leaving them shivering even during warm summer nights. Some feel the brush of unseen hands against their arms or shoulders. Others report a sensation of being followed, the weight of an invisible presence lingering close behind as they cross the span. These encounters often occur in complete silence, except for the natural sounds of the river and wind, making the experiences even more disorienting and unsettling. The combination of the bridge's age, its isolated setting, and its long history of tragic events has cemented its status as a local haunted landmark. Stories have been passed down through generations, keeping the legend alive and attracting ghost hunters, thrill seekers, and paranormal enthusiasts. Armed with cameras, audio recorders, and night vision equipment, many have attempted to document the unexplained activity. Some have captured faint figures, glowing orbs, or shadows that appear to move independently. Others report hearing disembodied voices or footsteps recorded on audio devices, often repeating phrases or calling out names, though no one is physically present. The St. Joseph River Bridge has become a symbol of both local history and supernatural intrigue. Parents warn children to avoid it after dark, while teenagers use the stories to challenge one another to brave the bridge's nighttime atmosphere. Folklore suggests that the spirits may be tied not only to the bridge itself, but to the river and the surrounding land, preserving memories of a past life that has long since passed. The bridge serves as a haunting reminder of the thin line between the living and the dead, and the way human experiences tragedy, grief, and loss can imprint themselves on places for generations. Today, the St. Joseph River Bridge remains both a functioning structure and a mysterious landmark. Its haunting presence continues to attract those seeking to glimpse the paranormal or experience a brush with the unknown. Whether the ghostly sightings are the remnants of past tragedies, echoes of history, or manifestations of the imagination in a place that already feels otherworldly, one thing is clear. The bridge is far more than just a crossing over water. It is a place where the past lingers, shadows move, and whispers float on the night air, leaving all who encounter it with a lasting sense of awe and unease. The Bay City Bridge, spanning the winding waters of the Saginaw River in Bay City, Michigan, has long been a source of fascination and fear for locals and travelers alike. By day, it appears as an ordinary bridge, a functional structure that connects neighborhoods, allows commerce, and provides a crossing over the river. Yet as darkness falls, the atmosphere around the Bay City Bridge changes. Unexplained sounds, eerie shadows, and ghostly figures have made the bridge a focal point of local legends, attracting both curious visitors and dedicated paranormal enthusiasts. Its combination of history, location, and strange occurrences has cemented its reputation as one of the most haunted spots in the area. The history of the Bay City Bridge contributes greatly to its haunted reputation. Originally constructed in the early 20th century, the bridge has seen decades of travelers, workers, and residents crossing its span. Over time, numerous accidents and tragedies have occurred on or near the bridge. Reports of vehicles plunging into the river, pedestrians falling victim to sudden missteps, and occasional construction mishaps have become part of the local lore. These incidents, combined with the bridge's age and its exposed, somewhat isolated location, have led many to believe that the spirits of those who suffered or died here linger, unable to move on from the site of their final moments. One of the most commonly reported phenomena at the Bay City Bridge is the appearance of ghostly figures. Witnesses have described shadowy forms moving along the bridge at night, often vanishing as soon as someone approaches. Some people report seeing a lone woman in old-fashioned clothing, her face pale and expression sorrowful, wandering along the railing and gazing into the dark waters below. Others have observed men in vintage work attire pacing the span or standing silently in the middle of the bridge, seemingly aware of the living but unreachable by touch. These apparitions are often fleeting, appearing and disappearing without warning. Yet they leave a lasting impression on anyone fortunate or unfortunate enough to see them. In addition to ghostly sightings, many have reported hearing strange and unexplainable sounds around the Bay City Bridge. Footsteps echo across the steel and wood of the bridge when no one else is present. Some claim to hear faint whispers, soft cries, or even laughter drifting over the water. At times, the creak of the bridge beneath invisible weight or the metallic clang of unseen machinery is reported, creating a chilling auditory landscape. Paranormal investigators have visited the site with recording equipment, capturing audio anomalies, fleeting shadows, and unexplained changes in temperature that seem to support the claims of ghostly activity. The river beneath the bridge adds another layer of mystery. Several local legends tell of drownings and accidents in the river, and some believe that these restless spirits manifest around the bridge. Visitors have described seeing faces reflected in the water, only to disappear as ripples distort the surface. Others report hearing splashing, calls for help, or even the sound of chains dragging through the water, though the river remains calm and empty. This connection between the bridge and the river reinforces the idea that the bridge is not only a crossing for the living, but also a threshold for those trapped between worlds. Physical sensations are often reported by those who venture onto the Bay City Bridge at night. Sudden drops in temperature, inexplicable chills, and the sensation of being watched are commonly described. Some claim to feel light touches on their arms or shoulders, as if someone invisible is standing close behind them. These experiences, combined with the visual and auditory phenomena, create an environment that is difficult to ignore or rationalize. Many who have encountered these sensations report a profound unease, a feeling that the bridge is alive with energies from another time. The bridge has long been a site of fascination for paranormal enthusiasts. Equipped with cameras, audio recorders, and night vision devices, investigators frequently visit the Bay City Bridge to capture evidence of supernatural activity. Many have recorded fleeting orbs of light, unexplained shadows, or sounds that cannot be traced to natural causes. These findings, while often debated, only add to the enduring legend of the bridge. Whether these phenomena are the result of spirits, echoes of past tragedies, or simply the imagination heightened by the bridge's atmosphere, they continue to draw attention from both locals and visitors seeking a brush with the unknown. Folklore surrounding the Bay City Bridge continues to thrive in Bay City. Parents warn children to avoid the bridge at night, while teenagers challenge one another to test the stories of ghostly figures and strange sounds. Local historians and storytellers pass down tales of the bridge's haunted past, keeping the legends alive and ensuring that the bridge maintains its eerie reputation. The combination of documented history, tragic events, and unexplained activity has made the Bay City Bridge a symbol of mystery and the supernatural. Today, the Bay City Bridge stands as both a functioning structure and a landmark of local legend. It is a place where history, tragedy, and the unknown converge. Whether the reported hauntings are the spirits of those who perished near the bridge, echoes of the past imprinted on the site, or the product of imagination amplified by the night, one thing is certain: the bridge has a presence that is felt by all who cross it. For those brave enough to venture onto the Bay City Bridge after dark, the experience is unforgettable. Chilling reminder that some places hold on to their secrets and that the past never truly lets go. The Flint River Bridge, spanning the winding waters of the Flint River in Michigan, is a place shrouded in mystery and chilling stories. By day, it is a functional structure, carrying traffic across the river and connecting neighborhoods, a seemingly ordinary bridge in an otherwise bustling city. Yet as night falls, the atmosphere changes dramatically. Locals and visitors have long reported strange occurrences, ghostly apparitions, and eerie sounds that have earned the Flint River Bridge a reputation as one of the most haunted sites in the region. Its combination of history, isolation, and reported paranormal activity makes it a magnet for those seeking the supernatural. The history of the Flint River Bridge plays a crucial role in its reputation. Constructed in the early 20th century, the bridge has seen countless travelers, workers, and pedestrians crossing its span. Over the decades, it has been the site of accidents, tragic deaths, and unexplained incidents. Tales of vehicles plunging into the river, pedestrians falling victim to mishaps in the dark, and sudden misfortunes have been passed down through generations. These events, whether documented or part of local oral history, are often cited as the origin of the haunting. Many believe that the spirits of those who suffered or died near the bridge remain, wandering its span and seeking closure that never came. One of the most frequently reported phenomena at the Flint River Bridge is the appearance of ghostly figures. Witnesses describe shadowy forms moving across the bridge, figures that vanish the moment anyone attempts to approach. Some report seeing a lone woman dressed in early 20th century clothing, pale and sorrowful, wandering near the railings and staring into the dark waters below. Others have spotted men in old-fashioned work attire, pacing along the span or standing silently in the center, as if trapped between the living and the dead. These apparitions often appear fleetingly, but their presence leaves a lasting impression, instilling a sense of unease and wonder in all who encounter them. Unexplained sounds also characterize the haunted reputation of the Flint River Bridge. Footsteps echo across the wooden planks or steel framework when no one else is present. Some visitors report faint whispers, soft cries, or the laughter of children drifting across the night air. The creak of the bridge under unseen weight, the metallic clang of an invisible vehicle, or the soft rumble of a carriage rolling over its surface have all been reported. Paranormal investigators, who have visited the site frequently, capture audio anomalies, strange noises, and shifts in temperature, providing further evidence of unexplained activity. The river beneath the bridge contributes its own sense of mystery. Many locals speak of dark shapes moving beneath the surface, reflections of faces staring up from the water, and the occasional sensation that something is lurking just beneath the current. Some visitors have reported hearing the sounds of splashing or desperate cries coming from the water. Even though the river appears calm and empty, these tales suggest that the bridge serves not only as a passage for the living, but also as a place where restless spirits linger, bound to the site of past tragedies. Physical sensations often accompany visits to the Flint River Bridge at night. Sudden chills, inexplicable drops in temperature, and the sensation of unseen hands brushing against arms or shoulders are commonly reported. Visitors often feel an invisible presence following them across the span, a cold, silent weight that leaves them on edge. These experiences, combined with the visual and auditory phenomena, create an atmosphere that is both thrilling and unnerving, making the bridge a place that lingers in memory long after one has left. Paranormal enthusiasts frequently visit the Flint River Bridge in hopes of documenting its supernatural activity. Armed with cameras, audio recorders, and night vision equipment, investigators have captured strange images, fleeting orbs of light, and shadows that seem to move independently. Audio recordings sometimes reveal whispers, footsteps, or faint cries that cannot be explained by natural causes. Skeptics may attribute these phenomena to imagination or environmental factors. Yet even they admit that the bridge possesses an unsettling energy that is difficult to ignore. Local folklore surrounding the Flint River Bridge thrives on these ghost stories. Parents warn children to avoid the bridge at night, while teenagers dare one another to venture across and see the spirits for themselves. The stories of tragic events, ghostly figures, and unexplained sounds have persisted over decades, cementing the bridge as a landmark of mystery and fear. These tales intertwine history and the supernatural, ensuring that the bridge's haunted reputation endures. Today, the Flint River Bridge is more than just a physical crossing over water. It is a place where the past seems to reach out to the present. The combination of its long history, tragic events, and reported paranormal phenomena creates an atmosphere unlike any other, whether the sightings are the spirits of those who perished nearby, echoes of long past events, or the imagination heightened by the darkness. The bridge exerts an undeniable pull on those who encounter it. For those brave enough to cross it at night, the experience is unforgettably chilling reminder that some places hold on to the memories of the past, leaving visitors with a sense of awe, mystery, and unease that lingers long after they have departed. The Kalamazoo River Bridge, stretching over the calm yet shadowed waters of the Kalamazoo River, is a site steeped in history, mystery, and a reputation for the supernatural. By day, it functions as a simple passage for travelers, connecting neighborhoods and providing a routine crossing over the river. But as darkness falls, the atmosphere around the bridge shifts dramatically. Residents and visitors alike have reported strange occurrences of apparitions appearing from nowhere. Disembodied sounds echoing across the steel and wood, and eerie sensations that defy explanation. Over the years, these experiences have built a reputation that has made the Kalamazoo River Bridge a focal point for paranormal enthusiasts and local legend alike. The history of the bridge plays a significant role in its haunted reputation. Constructed in the early 20th century, the bridge has witnessed decades of human activity, both mundane and tragic. Accidents, misfortunes, and untimely deaths have all contributed to the stories surrounding the site. Tales of vehicles plunging into the river, pedestrians slipping and falling, and other calamities have been passed down through generations. Some incidents were documented, while others have persisted in oral tradition, each retelling adding layers to the bridge's lore. Many locals believe that these past tragedies left residual energy, with spirits lingering to replay their final moments, bound to the bridge and the river below. Witnesses frequently report seeing ghostly figures on or near the bridge at night. Some describe shadowy forms that move slowly along the span, vanishing when approached. Others recount seeing a solitary figure, a woman, dressed in period clothing, her face pale, her expression filled with sorrow, wandering near the railing or staring into the dark waters below. There are also reports of men in old-fashioned work attire, appearing as though they are performing tasks from another time, only to dissolve into darkness when noticed. These apparitions, fleeting and enigmatic, leave a chilling impression on those who encounter them, creating a sense of unease that lingers long after leaving the bridge. In addition to these spectral sightings, many have reported strange and unexplainable sounds around the bridge. Footsteps echo across the surface when no one is present. Faint whispers carry across the night air, and the occasional distant laugh of a child seems to emanate from nowhere. Some witnesses describe hearing the creak of the bridge under invisible weight, or the metallic clang of machinery that is in use. Paranormal investigators visiting the site often capture audio anomalies, unexplained noises, and subtle fluctuations in temperature that seem to confirm the reports of visitors. The auditory experiences contribute to the bridge's eerie reputation and heighten the sense that it is a place where the veil between the living and the dead is thin. The river itself adds to the bridge's mystique. Tales abound of dark shapes moving beneath the surface, of faces reflecting in the water only to disappear in the ripples, and the sounds of splashing or calls for help that have no source. Some claim to have seen shimmering lights hovering just above the water or mist rising in unnatural shapes. These accounts suggest that the bridge acts as more than just a crossing. It is a threshold where the spirits of those lost near or on the river linger, replaying their final moments for any who might bear witness. Visitors often describe physical sensations accompanying these experiences. Sudden cold drafts sweep across the bridge, leaving them shivering, even in the warmer months. Some report feeling the light brush of invisible hands on their arms or shoulders, or sensing an unseen presence following them across the span. These experiences, combined with visual and auditory phenomena, create an atmosphere that is profoundly unsettling. The bridge's eerie aura seems to envelop anyone who ventures onto it at night, making the ordinary act of crossing a hauntingly memorable event. The bridge has drawn the attention of many paranormal enthusiasts, armed with cameras, audio recorders, and night vision equipment. Investigators frequently visit the site to document supernatural activity. Some have captured fleeting orbs of light, shadowy figures, or shapes that appear to move independently of their surroundings. Audio recordings occasionally reveal whispers, footsteps, or other sounds with no discernible origin. Whether these occurrences are the result of lingering spirits, echoes of past tragedies, or simply the mind's response to the bridge's eerie atmosphere, they continue to fascinate and terrify those who encounter them. Local folklore continues to keep the bridge's haunted reputation alive. Parents warn children to avoid the bridge at night, and teenagers dare each other to cross it in the dark, hoping to witness the supernatural firsthand. Stories of apparitions, unexplained sounds, and strange sensations have been shared for decades, blending history and legend into a narrative that ensures the bridge remains a place of mystery. Its haunted reputation has become a defining feature of the surrounding community, drawing both thrill-seekers and those interested in the paranormal. Today, the Kalamazoo River Bridge stands as both a functioning structure and a landmark of eerie fascination. Its long history, tragic events, and persistent reports of ghostly activity create an atmosphere unlike any other. Whether the apparitions or spirits of the deceased, echoes of the past, or manifestations of imagination, amplified by darkness, one thing is clear: the bridge holds on to its secrets. For those brave enough to cross it at night, the experience is unforgettably chilling reminder that some places carry the weight of history, memory, and the unexplained, leaving visitors with a lingering sense of awe and unease. The Grand River Bridge in Grand Rapids, Michigan, appears at first glance to be an ordinary structure spanning the river, carrying vehicles and pedestrians safely across its steel and concrete framework. By day, it is a functional part of the city, a place of routine crossings and everyday traffic. But after night falls, the bridge takes on an entirely different character. Locals speak of an unsettling stillness, a silence that seems to press against anyone who dares to be there after dark. Over the years, countless stories have circulated about ghostly figures, strange sounds, and unexplained phenomena, making the Grand River Bridge a magnet for paranormal curiosity and urban legend. The bridge's reputation is rooted in its long and sometimes tragic history. Constructed in the early 20th century, it has seen both everyday life and untimely deaths. There have been reports of accidents, vehicles losing control and plunging into the river below, pedestrians slipping or disappearing, and other mishaps that ended in tragedy. Many believe that these incidents left behind lingering energy, a kind of imprint of sorrow and fear that manifests in unusual ways. It is said that the spirits of those who died on or near the bridge remain tied to the structure, replaying fragments of their final moments for anyone who crosses its span after dark. Sightings of shadowy figures are among the most common experiences reported. Witnesses describe seeing a solitary figure walking across the bridge, pausing as if searching for someone or something. Some report seeing women in flowing clothing illuminated faintly by moonlight, while others describe men in early 20th century attire standing motionless or walking slowly before vanishing into thin air. At times, multiple figures are seen together, moving or standing in unison, their presence creating an unnerving sense of being watched. These apparitions often appear only briefly, leaving those who witness them shaken and unable to explain what they saw. In addition to visual phenomena, unexplained sounds frequently accompany these experiences. Footsteps echo across the surface of the bridge, even when no one else is present. Faint whispers drift in the night air, and some visitors report hearing soft cries or muffled calls from beneath the bridge. Occasionally, the metallic groan of the bridge itself is described as sounding like someone walking, though the structure is empty. Many who visit have remarked that the stillness of night amplifies these noises, making them seem closer and more immediate, as though the bridge itself is alive with unseen activity. Physical sensations are another hallmark of encounters at the Grand River Bridge. Sudden chills, drops in temperature, and the feeling of being watched are commonly reported. Some visitors feel light touches on their shoulders or arms, while others describe a subtle pressure behind them as they walk. These experiences heighten the sense of unease, turning a simple crossing into a tense and unnerving experience. For those unfamiliar with the bridge's history, the sensations can be as frightening as the visual and auditory phenomena themselves. The river below adds to the bridge's eerie reputation. Over the decades, the waters of the Grand River have been the site of drownings and other tragic accidents. Some witnesses claim to see faces reflected on the water's surface, shadows moving beneath, or ripples appearing without explanation. Others report hearing splashes or dragging sounds, as if something unseen is still bound to the site. The connection between the bridge and the river reinforces the sense that this is a place where the past lingers and the boundary between the living and the dead is thin. Today, the Grand River Bridge attracts both thrill-seekers and paranormal enthusiasts. People visit with cameras, audio recorders, and night vision equipment, hoping to capture evidence of its ghostly activity. Many report fleeting images of shadowy figures, unexplained lights, or movements that defy explanation. Even skeptics often admit that the bridge carries an unusual energy, one that is hard to ignore and leaves a lasting impression. Local folklore preserves the haunted reputation of the Grand River Bridge. Stories of apparitions, strange sounds, and eerie experiences are passed down through generations. Teenagers dare one another to cross the bridge at night, while parents warn children to avoid it after dark. For those brave enough to explore it, the bridge becomes more than a crossing over. It becomes a place where the echoes of the past are tangible, and where encounters with the unknown are inevitable. The Grand River Bridge stands as a chilling reminder that history leaves its mark not only on the land, but on the spirits tied to it. Those who visit after dark step into a space where tragedy, mystery, and the supernatural converge, leaving an indelible impression that lingers long after they have left. The Houghton Lake Bridge in Houghton Lake, Michigan, is an unassuming structure by day, carrying vehicles and pedestrians across the calm waters of the lake. Its simple steel and concrete frame blends into the surrounding landscape, flanked by tall trees and the gentle lapping of water along the shore. But after dark, the bridge takes on a far more sinister presence. Locals speak of eerie experiences and ghostly phenomena, making it one of the most haunted locations in the area. Its reputation has been built over decades, fueled by stories of tragic accidents, mysterious sightings, and unexplained sounds that have left an indelible mark on the community. The history of the Houghton Lake Bridge is intertwined with tragedy. Built in the early 20th century, the bridge has witnessed countless crossings. Yet, it has also been the site of numerous accidents. Vehicles have lost control, slipping into the lake below, and pedestrians have met with untimely or unexplained deaths. These incidents, often tragic and sudden, have left a lingering energy, a sense that the bridge holds memories of sorrow and fear. Locals believe that the spirits of those who died near the bridge remain tethered to the area, and that their presence can still be felt by anyone daring enough to venture across it at night. Witnesses have reported seeing shadowy figures moving along the span of the bridge, particularly during the quiet hours of midnight. Some describe solitary figures pacing slowly, as if searching for something lost to time, while others have seen multiple apparitions simultaneously. These figures often appear faintly illuminated by the moonlight, their features difficult to discern, yet their presence is unmistakable. Some witnesses claim to see women in flowing dresses, reminiscent of earlier eras, while others describe men in old-fashioned clothing, standing silently or walking with purpose before vanishing into the night. These fleeting glimpses leave visitors unsettled, as though they have witnessed echoes of the past replaying in the present. Alongside visual phenomena, auditory experiences are commonly reported. Visitors often hear footsteps echoing across the bridge, despite the absence of anyone else. Whispers and murmurs seem to drift on the night air, and some claim to hear soft cries or faint laughter from beneath the bridge. Occasionally, The bridge itself seems to groan and creak, producing sounds that mimic human movement. The stillness of the night amplifies these noises, creating an atmosphere thick with tension and unease. Even skeptics admit that the combination of visual and auditory anomalies makes crossing the bridge after dark a chilling experience. Physical sensations accompany these sightings and sounds, adding to the bridge's reputation as a haunted location. Many visitors report sudden drops in temperature as they approach or stand on the bridge. Some describe the sensation of being watched or the feeling of invisible hands brushing against them. Others feel a pressure, as if an unseen presence is standing just behind them. These experiences heighten the sense of foreboding and make traversing the bridge after dark a deeply unnerving undertaking. The lake itself contributes to the bridge's haunted reputation. Houghton Lake has a long history of drownings and tragic accidents, and some believe the water carries residual energy from these events. Witnesses have reported seeing faces reflected on the surface, shadows moving just beneath, and unexplained ripples in otherwise calm water. Some claim to hear splashes or dragging sounds, as if unseen entities are still struggling below. This connection between the bridge and the lake reinforces the sense that the area is a threshold between the living and the dead, a place where the past lingers and manifests in unexpected ways. Paranormal enthusiasts and thrill seekers are drawn to Houghton Lake Bridge for its eerie history and frequent reports of ghostly activity. Many visit armed with cameras, night vision equipment, and audio recorders, hoping to capture evidence of the bridge's supernatural residents. Photographs sometimes reveal faint, shadowy shapes, while audio recordings occasionally pick up whispers, footsteps, or other inexplicable sounds. Even without tangible evidence, the energy of the bridge is enough to leave a lasting impression on visitors, a sense that the unseen is near and watching. Local folklore has helped preserve the haunted reputation of Houghton Lake Bridge. Stories of apparitions, mysterious noises, and sudden chills are passed down from one generation to the next. Parents caution children against visiting the bridge at night, while teenagers dare each other to cross it after dark, hoping for a first-hand encounter with the supernatural. The bridge is no longer just a crossing over water. It has become a landmark of mystery, fear, and fascination, where the line between history and the paranormal is blurred. For those who venture to the Houghton Lake Bridge after dark, every creak of the structure, whisper of the wind, and flicker of a shadow becomes magnified. The bridge serves as a reminder that some locations retain the weight of past tragedies, that the unseen can be startlingly present, and that history sometimes lingers in ways that cannot be explained. Crossing the Houghton Lake Bridge is not merely a passage over water. It is a journey into a place where the echoes of the past remain alive, waiting for those willing to face them. The Muskegon River Bridge, spanning the flowing waters of the Muskegon River in Michigan, is more than a simple crossing for vehicles and pedestrians. It's a site steeped in history, legend, and eerie occurrences. By day, the bridge appears ordinary, its steel and concrete structures serving the community efficiently. But as darkness falls, the atmosphere changes. Locals and visitors alike have reported unexplainable events, ghostly apparitions, and unsettling sounds that have earned the bridge a reputation as one of the region's most haunted locations. Its storied past, combined with its isolated setting at night, makes the Muskegon River Bridge a destination for both thrill seekers and paranormal enthusiasts. The bridge's history is a key element of its haunting. Originally constructed in the early 20th century, the Muskegon River Bridge has seen decades of traffic, pedestrian crossings, and countless personal stories, both ordinary and tragic. Over the years, the site has witnessed multiple accidents, some of them fatal, which have fueled the local legends. Reports of cars losing control and plunging into the river, pedestrians slipping and falling, and unexplained disappearances have become an integral part of the bridge's lore. Many believe that these tragic events left lingering spirits, tethered to the bridge and the waters below, replaying moments of fear and despair for those who dare to visit at night. Witnesses frequently describe seeing ghostly figures along the bridge, One of the most commonly reported apparitions is that of a lone woman dressed in white, often seen pacing along the span as if searching for someone or something lost to the river. Others describe shadowy men in period clothing performing tasks from a bygone era, only to vanish suddenly when approached. Some visitors report seeing multiple figures simultaneously, standing or walking in silence before disappearing into the darkness. These fleeting visions leave a lasting impression, instilling fear and awe in those who witness them. Unexplained sounds are another hallmark of the Muskegon River Bridge's paranormal activity. Footsteps echo across the bridge when no one else is present, and faint whispers drift in the cool night air. Some witnesses claim to hear distant laughter, soft cries, or the sound of voices calling from beneath the bridge. The metallic groan of the structure itself often seems amplified at night, as though carrying the weight of unseen footsteps. Paranormal investigators have recorded audio anomalies and fluctuating temperatures during nighttime visits, lending credibility to the eyewitness accounts. The combination of visual and auditory phenomena creates an atmosphere that is deeply unsettling and difficult to ignore. The Muskegon River below adds to the haunting ambience. Tales of drownings, accidental deaths, and mysterious disappearances are common, and many believe that these events left residual spirits tied to both the river and the bridge. Visitors have reported seeing faces in the water, shadows moving beneath the surface, or ripples that appear without any logical explanation. Some claim to hear splashes, muffled cries, or the dragging of unseen objects through the water. The river seems to act as a conduit, connecting the bridge to the spirits who linger, caught between worlds and repeating their final moments. Physical sensations often accompany encounters at the Muskegon River Bridge. People describe sudden drops in temperature, chills that run up their spines, and the feeling of being watched by an unseen presence. Some have felt invisible hands brush against their arms or shoulders, or a subtle weight following them across the bridge. These experiences, paired with visual and auditory phenomena, create a tension that is palpable, making the simple act of crossing the bridge a hauntingly memorable experience. Paranormal enthusiasts regularly visit the Muskegon River Bridge armed with cameras, audio recorders, and night vision equipment to capture evidence of its supernatural activity. Many report capturing fleeting images of shadowy figures, strange orbs of light, and movements that have no physical source. Audio recordings occasionally reveal whispers, footsteps, or other sounds with no natural explanation. While skeptics may attribute these phenomena to imagination, structural noises, or environmental factors, even they admit that the bridge possesses a peculiar energy that is hard to dismiss. Local folklore continues to keep the Muskegon River Bridge's haunted reputation alive. Parents warn children to avoid the bridge at night, while thrill-seekers dare each other to cross it after dark in hopes of witnessing paranormal activity. Stories of apparitions, mysterious sounds, and ghostly presences have been passed down for decades, blending historical events, tragedy, and legend into a compelling narrative. The bridge has become more than just a functional structure. It's a landmark of fear, curiosity, and intrigue, attracting those drawn to the unknown. Today, the Muskegon River Bridge stands as a testament to lingering memory, tragedy, and the unexplained. Its history, coupled with decades of reported hauntings, creates an atmosphere that is both captivating and unnerving. Whether the spirits are those of the deceased, echoes of past events, or manifestations of imagination amplified by darkness, the bridge continues to fascinate for anyone daring enough to visit after nightfall. Crossing the Muskegon River Bridge is an unforgettable experience, a chilling reminder that some places never truly release the past, and that the unseen can be as present as the living. Silver Lake Bridge, located near the tranquil shores of Silver Lake in Hart, Michigan, is far from ordinary. By day, it appears as a simple crossing, its structure blending seamlessly into the surrounding landscape of trees and water. Yet, as darkness falls, the bridge transforms. Locals speak of an unsettling quiet that blankets the area, a silence broken only by the occasional sound of footsteps or whispers that seem to come from nowhere. Over the decades, Silver Lake Bridge has become known for tragic accidents, mysterious occurrences, and unexplained phenomena, earning it a reputation as one of the most haunted spots in the region. The history of the bridge is intertwined with tragedy. Built in the early 20th century, Silver Lake Bridge has seen countless crossings, from pedestrians to vehicles. Over the years, several fatal accidents occurred on or near the bridge. Cars lost control and plunged into the lake. Pedestrians fell or vanished, and some incidents were never fully explained. Locals believe that the spirits of those who died remain tethered to the bridge, replaying their last moments for anyone who dares to be there after dark. The accumulation of sorrow, fear, and unresolved death has created a lingering energy that is palpable to those who visit at night. Witnesses report seeing shadowy figures moving along the bridge, often during the quietest hours of midnight. One of the most commonly described apparitions is that of a woman, dressed in flowing, pale clothing, pacing slowly along the bridge, as if searching for something lost to time. Some people have seen shadowy forms that resemble men in period attire, standing silently or walking before vanishing suddenly. Others claim to see multiple figures, their shapes faintly illuminated under the moonlight, appearing as though they are frozen in time. Some encounters are fleeting, lasting only a few seconds, but leave a lasting impression on those who witness them. Alongside these visual sightings, unexplained sounds are a frequent occurrence at Silver Lake Bridge. Footsteps echo across the wooden planks, though no one else is present. Whispered voices drift in the cool night air, and some visitors have reported hearing cries or muffled sobs coming from beneath the bridge. The creak and groan of the bridge under invisible weight is often amplified in the stillness of the night. Some even report hearing the splash of water, though the surface remains calm. These sounds, combined with visual sightings, contribute to a sense of unease that has become synonymous with the bridge. Physical sensations are another hallmark of the bridge's haunted reputation. Many visitors describe sudden chills, inexplicable drops in temperature, and the feeling of being watched as they walk across the span. Some feel gentle touches on their arms or shoulders, while others report the sensation of an unseen presence following them. These experiences make traversing the bridge after dark an unnerving endeavor, transforming a simple crossing into a haunting encounter with the unknown. The lake itself seems to play a role in the bridge's paranormal activity. Tales of drownings, mysterious disappearances, and tragic accidents in the water add depth to the bridge's eerie aura. Witnesses occasionally report seeing faces in the reflection of the water, ripples appearing without cause, or shadows moving beneath the surface. Some even claim to hear splashes and dragging noises as if something unseen is struggling beneath the lake. Locals believe these events tie the bridge and the water together, creating a space where the past and the present collide, and where restless spirits linger. Over the years, Silver Lake Bridge has become a point of fascination for both thrill-seekers and paranormal enthusiasts. People visit armed with cameras, audio recorders, and night vision equipment, hoping to capture evidence of its ghostly inhabitants. Many report fleeting images of shadowy figures, unexplained lights, or other anomalies. Audio recordings sometimes reveal whispers, footsteps, or other sounds that defy explanation. Even those skeptical of the supernatural admit that the bridge exudes an unusual energy, one that is hard to ignore and leaves a lasting impression. Local stories continue to preserve the haunted legacy of Silver Lake Bridge. Parents warn children to avoid the bridge after dark, and teenagers dare each other to cross it in hopes of witnessing paranormal activity. Tales of apparitions, sudden chills, and strange sounds have been passed down for generations, blending historical events with ghostly lore. Today, the bridge stands not just as a crossing over water, but as a landmark of mystery, fear, and fascination. For anyone daring enough to explore it at night, Silver Lake Bridge offers a chilling reminder that some places carry the weight of the past, and that the unseen is often closer than it appears. As the moonlight glimmers over Michigan's rivers and lakes, these haunted bridges stand as silent witnesses to tragedies long past. The shadowy figures, mysterious lights, and ghostly whispers that visitors report remind us that some places never truly let go of the souls who walked or fell there, whether it's a spirit seeking closure or simply a lingering echo of history. These bridges invite curiosity, awe, and respect for the unseen. For those brave enough to venture across them at midnight, Michigan's haunted bridges offer an experience unlike any other, a crossing into the unknown, where history and the supernatural collide. Remember, the next time you drive across an old bridge under the moonlight, you may not be alone.